Laura, I'm at a local pastry shop right now. Is there anything in particular you'd like me to get you from Paris?
Good morning, Dawn. Thank you for asking. But I don't, so please surprise me.
Okay, I'll pick something up for you then. I think I'll send it out tomorrow so that I don't have to carry it home.
Thanks, but you don't have to buy that many. Plus, you mentioned that you already bought me other things. You should enjoy your time with Tina in Paris. Don't worry about buying us souvenirs too much.
We are so thankful that you agreed to live close by to help us out. You always work so hard for us. Tina's been saying we should have asked you to come with us as well.
Really? Tina has? Well, I appreciate you both thinking so much about me even though you're away.
You know, she's been so happy since you married our son. She wants the whole world to know that she has an amazing daughter-in-law like you. That's why she takes you to all her events. She really thinks of you as her real daughter, although it might be a little too much for you.
No, I enjoy spending time with her as well. I am very grateful for her.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Everything going well on your end?
Yes, it has been very quiet without you two, but we are taking it easy.
Good. But we won't be back for another week or so. If you need to use our house to invite your friends for a pool party or something, please feel free.
Thanks so much. It must be quite hot in Paris too. Be careful of the heat and drink lots of water.
I will make sure we both do. All right. Talk to you soon.
When will you be back, Laura?
Oh, I just left to go shopping for groceries. I will be back in about an hour though.
That long? I need you to send out a letter for me at the post office. I want it to be done immediately.
Ah, I see. I will get back as soon as possible.
Yes, quickly. I'm having a friend come over soon. She's very bitchy about what I do. If you show up to pick up the letter when she's here, she would think that I have prioritized my errand over a guest.
I'm sure she would understand, Tina. And you shouldn't call a friend bitchy.
Or what? Are you going to tell her?
No, of course not. But you could accidentally say something close if you keep calling her names in your head.
That would never happen to me. I am known to be kind and sophisticated in the neighborhood. I've been recognized that way for decades now. Anyway, Laura, you better have gotten pregnant while we were gone.
Tina, sorry, but that is a really private question and I don't want to answer.
What? Don't act all innocent. You are a married woman, not some virgin teenager. It's been over a year since you two married. When the hell am I going to see my grandchild?
I told you before, it will happen when time is best for us. Please wait until that time comes.
When is the best time? The younger you are, the easier it is to have a baby. And I want to be a young grandmother. I don't have any time to waste. Wait, don't tell me you're barren.
I don't think I am barren as far as I know.
Yeah, you better not be. Perhaps you should get it checked out at the clinic. And if you don't have a problem, then give me a grandchild. There are a few women around me who've been boasting about their grandchildren. I need to get rid of them.
Get rid of them? Why?
Ugh, they all show me pictures of ugly babies. And every time they do, I have to lie to them and tell them how cute and precious their grandchildren are. On the other hand, we are all very good-looking. I can't wait to win the competition.
They show you pictures because they are just happy, I am sure.
Laura, you are so oblivious. It is always a competition between women. Besides, if you don't hurry up and get pregnant, our neighbors will start to rumor that you are barren.
I don't know, Tina. I don't think anyone would be that interested in me.
Oh, not you, dummy. Why do I have to explain everything for you? My point is, they might use that kind of rumor to degrade me.
I see.
I gave you permission to marry my son because you said you wanted a child as soon as possible. I should have known you were a liar. You don't even know how to cook or do any housework correctly. What good are you to my family? The soup you made for lunch today was awful, by the way. How can you serve anything like that? You need to learn how to cook more delicately. What was your mother doing? Oh, perhaps she died too soon for you to learn anything from her.
That's not true. You want me to clean your big house every morning, which leaves me no time to cook something nice.
I will not listen to any of your excuses. You know, when I got married to my husband, I was a lot busier. I didn't have enough time to sleep at night. You are just being lazy because my husband and son are so easy on you.
I'm sorry, Tina. I will make more time to cook from tomorrow.
That's right. You should have said that from the beginning. I don't need a daughter-in-law who talks back to me. If you want to have a decent relationship with me, then do as I say.
I understand.
You will also tell me if you get your period next month.
What?
Hello? Have you even been listening to me? I said you need to get pregnant right away. If you don't, then that means you're not interested in fulfilling your role as my daughter-in-law. I will have to seriously consider what to do with you then.
A baby is a blessing, Tina. And there's a right timing for everything. Perhaps some luck too.
I'm saying you're no use in this house if you don't have any of those. I'll kick you out of the family. Laura! Where the hell are you? It's time for you to make dinner.
Tina, I told you I will be late tonight, didn't I? And I have already prepared for your dinner.
I don't see anything on the table. Who is going to serve? Oh, you are not telling me to do any of that, are you?
I was hoping you would. You will find everything in the fridge.
No.
Please, Tina.
Whatever it was you made, I threw it away in the trash.
Uh-huh?
Oh, it was absolutely disgusting. You'll have to do it all over again. You need to come back right now.
Tina, I think you're going a bit overboard.
I am? You were the one trying to feed us some garbage.
I'm sorry, but I can't come home early tonight. Please understand. I am with a very important friend right now. She is living abroad and I don't know when I will be able to see her next.
That's none of my concern.
I know it's not, but I'm asking you anyway.
Hell no! You are not allowed to skip any work without my permission. You will come back here now.
Tina, I have been listening to you all this time, all because I wanted you to see that I am devoted to you and your family. I have been trying very, very hard, but tonight I cannot listen to what you say.
I guess you don't need this necklace then. You said this belonged to your late mother, if I recall correctly.
What?
How convenient that there's a lake by our house. You will never be able to find it if I throw it in there.
Please don't. Fine, I will come back.
You shouldn't have talked back to me in the first place. You really don't learn, do you? I will keep your precious necklace for a while, in case I need it again. And don't you dare think about telling my son about any of this. If you do, you will never see this necklace again. I'm having lunch with friends today, so I do not need you to make anything for me, but do for Dawn.
Cooking now.
Huh? What is that attitude?
What attitude?
Are you trying to get on my nerves? You think you're better than me, don't you? Well, I haven't forgotten that you were supposed to tell me if you got your period or not. You failed to get pregnant again, didn't you? Don't you remember what I said about kicking you out? You useless piece of crap!
Hey, what the hell, Tina?
Don't you dare give me that! I told you not to talk back to me! How many times do I have to tell you? I hate how stupid you are!
Are you having fun bullying Laura, honey?
Huh?
It's me.
Who is this? You're not done, are you?
I am.
Tell me you're joking, Laura. You're just playing me, right?
Laura wouldn't joke around like this. You need to explain to me what's going on.
Is this really you, Dawn?
Well, your boy is out on a business trip. So you know there could only be me and Laura in your house right now.
Why do you have her smartphone? You shouldn't be touching other people's belongings.
Of course I have her permission. She's busy cooking right now. I saw that you pinged her, so I offered to reply back. I never imagined to see such horrible messages.
Why? Why did you touch her phone?
You don't get to ask any more questions before answering mine. What the hell is going on? I thought you were getting along with Laura.
It's not what you think, Dawn. I just wanted to help her become a mom as soon as possible. So I acted a bit hard on her, that's all.
As far as I can see here, this is abuse, Tina. You pretended to be a nice mother-in-law in front of everyone else. But you've been bullying her behind our back. Shame on you.
Dawn, I think of Laura as my real daughter. That's why I might have been very strict with her. I never meant it to hurt her, though.
I have never been so disappointed in you.
Dawn, I'm sorry.
You're apologizing to the wrong person.
I will apologize to Laura, of course.
Where's her mother's necklace?
It's in the second top drawer of my dresser.
Okay. I'm gonna have to think about how to deal with you.
What do you mean?
You have been abusing Laura all this time. You have been deceiving everyone in this family, including me. I will not let you get away with this.
I really didn't mean to bully her.
See, you're lying to me again. You wasted her time when she could have been with her important friend. You stole and used her very personal item like a hostage. Don't act like you didn't know what you were doing when you did exactly what Laura wouldn't want you to do. I had no idea what a horrible person you were.
I only did any of it for the honor of our family. I was only trying to save our legacy.
Enough. I'm going to find her necklace.
Dawn, please, listen to me.
Tina, Dawn has gone to look for the necklace.
Is that you, Laura? You did it on purpose, didn't you? You let him use your phone so that he sees our conversation.
He offered to reply on my behalf because I was cooking, so I said yes. Besides, are you sure you want to talk to me like that again? I will show him what else you have to say to me when he returns.
Laura, you need to talk to Dawn. Tell him I haven't been bullying you.
Sorry, but I will not lie anymore.
There are no lies. I've done things for you, remember? I took you to all kinds of events and introduced you to my friends, all because you are important to me.
Tina, you only used me. Yes, I met your friends, and I thought it was nice at first, but then you would begin to tell them how you were teaching me to become a better wife. To boast about how perfect you were at cleaning and cooking by bringing me down. I knew you only asked me to meet your friends so that you can feel great about yourself.
That was not my intention.
You are my husband's mother. I had respect for you. And so I tried to understand you. But you will never approve me. And I've had enough. I will not be listening to anything you say from now on.
I'm sorry. I have done something horrible. Please forgive me. My family might disown me if you don't.
Well, if that's the case, so be it. You brought it upon yourself.
Laura, I'm begging you. Please help me.
I am going now, just as you wanted to kick me out. I will leave the rest to Dawn.
Wait, I'm on my way home. I would like to apologize to your face. You will see how sorry I am.
Please don't. What's wrong? I thought you'd be happy about my departure. Well, I don't know about you, but I've been waiting to be freed from a bully and crappy mother-in-law like you. Goodbye, Tina. The same day, I left town so Tina couldn't find me. Feeling responsible for not knowing, Don apologized to me countlessly. He promised me that I would never have to see her again. Don had always been caring and kind-hearted. So I felt very bad that he had to find out about his wife bullying me. But he understood and agreed that I couldn't, or shouldn't, have any relationship with Tina anymore. When my husband came back, he had also told her off quite harshly. Don didn't divorce Tina, but not wanting to spend any time or space with her, they are living in different areas of the house now. He decided to save their marriage so that he could use the divorce card in case Tina makes any move towards me. Because their community is quite small, it didn't take much time for everyone to discover that we moved away due to Tina's bullying. People found it fascinating that Tina, known for her elegance and kindness, was bullying her daughter-in-law and was the neighborhood's favorite topic for months. Since then, she has been too embarrassed to leave her own room. I heard from Dawn that she looks nothing like she used to be, having lost any will or energy to maintain her beauty. As much as she was mean to me, she really did love her husband and son. I can imagine how hard it must be for her to lose all their trust. But that doesn't mean I feel sorry for her, nor that I will ever forgive her for what she has done to me. Even if everyone else forgives her, I have already made up my mind that I won't even attend her funeral in the future. After a couple of weeks since moving away from Tina, I moved into a new house my husband found for us too, to start a new life. A few months later, I found out I was pregnant with our first child. I am almost due and spending my final maternity days in peace. Don is still very much involved in our lives, even after moving away. We told him about my pregnancy with his last visit last time, and he was ecstatic. I am glad I got pregnant after Tina was cut out from my life. Through my experience with her, I have learned to only use energy and time on people who truly care for me. And of course, on our soon arriving baby, who will be raised with lots of love and care from me, my husband, and Dawn.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Amy, I have something to ask you about next weekend. All of my grandkids are coming together to visit, so could you also ask Mary to come by too?
Hi, Karen. It's good to hear from you. I see. That's nice of all of them. I'll let her know and see what she says.
What do you mean you'll let me know? You think she might not come?
I can't really answer for her there, but recently she's been feeling really down and not very sociable. I'm actually really worried about her.
Oh no, did something happen at school or something?
I'm not sure. She's keeping very quiet about it. At the moment, we're just keeping an eye on her to see how she acts and if anything changes.
That really is a worry. But, I mean, the school Mary goes to is a public school. You can only imagine what kind of children go there. It would be no surprise if she was getting bullied.
I don't think it's anything like that. As far as I know, all of her classmates are really good kids.
I don't know about that. You never know how they really act, especially when there are no adults around. But you know, if she is feeling down right now, it might be just the thing for her to come by and see all of her cousins. It might help her get out of her rut. I'll even prepare the cake that Mary loves so much. I'm sure she'll be thrilled.
Thank you for that. I'll talk to her.
Mary's the only female grandchild I have, you know. I can't help but dote on her a little. Well, being your child is a drawback, but the only one she has.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing to apologize to me for. I mean, you already married my son, Chris, and gave birth to Mary. What's done is done. And besides, she's quite smart even though her mother didn't graduate past middle school. At least she seems to be. I heard she's not planning on taking entrance exams, so one can never be sure. She should have taken them just for the experience and the memory.
Mary was really against taking them.
This is one way that you're far too soft, Amy. I thought that you would have learned a thing or two by now from me and Chris. You can't be negligent when it comes to your child's education upbringing. I guess I shouldn't expect too much from someone without any education.
All I plan on doing is supporting Mary with whatever she wants to do.
You need to get rid of that low-class way of thinking immediately. Most of our family are doctors. Mary needs to take her exams and prove to those around her that she is a brilliant girl. Although, no matter how brilliant she may be, she is a girl after all, so it'll most likely be one of the boys who will take over the clinic. What a shame. If she could have been a candidate to take over the family practice, I'm sure she would treat me even nicer than now.
She's not thinking about anything like that.
Right. I forgot it's useless to try and say anything to someone as uneducated as you. Really, I wonder what a brilliant doctor such as Chris saw in you. My head just hurts thinking about it. Anyway, say hi to Mary for me. I really want her to come. 1 week later.
Karen, I have something to talk to you about. It's about Mary.
What is it?
Is it true that you kicked her out of your house?
She just wasn't there all of a sudden. It just took me a little while to realize.
You must have kicked her out if she said it. She said you told her that since she's my daughter, she isn't really your grandchild. That you have enough grandkids without her, so you decided to treat her like a stranger. She was also the only one who didn't get any food for lunch from her.
Is that what happened? I'm so sorry about that. My daughter's grandkids all came too. I just barely saw Mary all day.
So that's how you've been treating her the whole time? She came home crying and finally spoke to me about it. She said that it's been like this the entire time.
Mary said that? What a vulgar little girl.
You can't treat children like that. It's despicable.
What are you talking about? You have no proof that I treated anyone in any kind of way.
Mary is only 8 years old. How can you already be discriminating against her amongst all of your other grandchildren?
Mary's just making things up or blowing them out of proportion. She probably just wanted some attention. That's what kids do. Sometimes, any attention is good attention for them, even if they need to lie or act out to get it.
Mary doesn't do things like that. She doesn't lie.
How would you know that? Parents never view their children objectively. And kids who don't get enough love and attention at home usually try to find other ways to get it.
Chris and I have done everything we can to raise Mary right. And you are the one who wanted her to come by your house today. To invite over an 8-year-old and then treat her like that on purpose. How low can you get?
Well, she is my son's daughter after all, so I thought I'd invite her over with all of my other grandkids. You should be grateful that I even considered her to be one of my grandkids at all. But, you see, I noticed something unfortunate when she came by. The older and bigger Mary gets, the more and more she starts to look like you. I guess the apple really doesn't fall far from the tree after all.
So you kicked her out just because she's my daughter?
I told you from the beginning that I never kicked her out. She just left all on her own out of the blue.
Is that so? Whatever. I fully understood what you're about now.
Oh, really? Fine. In that case, I'll make sure to not have her around anymore. I went out of my way to have her over and even got her cake, but I guess this will be better for the both of us. It's a pain for me to have a girl with your genes around my house, too.
That works for me too.
Good. What a relief. My daughter's kids are all boys, too, so I won't have to worry too much about someone being worthy to continue the clinic. Although, it is rather unfortunate that I won't be able to see Mary's mopey face anymore.
I'll never forgive you for treating Mary like this behind our backs. We'll never be meeting with you again.
Go right ahead. I'm glad to hear it. All of my other grandchildren are doing far better and have finished their middle school entrance exams, passing into prestigious schools. I don't need to see Mary again. It's not like she's going to have a bright future. She was unfortunate to have you as her mother, after all.
Mary and I are different people.
Who knows how she'll turn out? Since she's your daughter, she'll probably end up pregnant as a teenager as soon as she gets into high school. It's always the dumb kids who go down that road anyway. And then she'll drop out just like you, like mother, like daughter.
I'll make sure to tell Chris everything too. Thanks for everything up until now. We won't see each other again.
10 years later. Amy, it's been such a long time.
Who is this? I don't have this number in my contacts.
It's me, Karen, Chris's mother. I lost my phone a while back and had to get a new one. My phone number also changed, so I guess that's why you don't have this number.
And so what? Why are you texting me? What do you want?
Stop being so cold. I wanted to congratulate Mary. Mary just passed her college entrance exams, right?
Yeah, she did.
I heard that she got into Harvard. Isn't that amazing? I really wanted to congratulate her for something so fantastic.
Doesn't matter if it's Harvard or not. Going to any college is a good thing in of itself.
But everyone knows the name Harvard. She must have really studied hard. I'm sure Chris is really happy for her, too.
Right.
I always knew that girl had something in her, that she would become something. Well, all of my family do well in the end. They do have my genes, after all. Just what I expect from my granddaughter. I'll throw her a party to celebrate. Tell her to come by mine when she can, okay?
I don't need any celebration from you. Instead, apologize to my mom.
What?
This is Mary. I'm just using my mom's phone right now.
Oh, Mary. It's been such a long time. It's Grandma. I want to see you as soon as I can.
Take a look at the messages I just sent you.
Just before? Apologize to your mom? You want me to apologize to Amy?
Yeah, exactly. In the past, you said so many horrible things to my mom. I want you to apologize for that.
I don't think I really said anything so bad. What could you be talking about?
Don't you dare say you don't remember. I won't let you. All the messages are still saved on my mom's phone. You always said that she was a low class and stupid for not making it past junior high school. You said lots of other things worse than that too, didn't you? I know all about it.
Mary, don't get so worked up about it. I was just still young and stupid at that time. I did say some strong things, but that was because I didn't really think before I spoke.
Do you really think you can use youth as an excuse to do whatever you want? And anyway, this was 10 years ago. You were definitely adult enough at that point. So don't you dare use such a stupid excuse.
Mary, I don't understand. Why are you so angry? I contacted your mom because I wanted to do something for you to celebrate the good news.
I don't want anything from you. You're the one who always used to look down on me and treat me like dirt. Did you really think that I wouldn't remember what happened when I was a child?
I'm trying to tell you that Amy and I just didn't have the best relationship back then. That's all.
It was completely one-sided. You're the only one who acted badly. She tried so hard, hoping that one day you would accept her into the family, but you just blocked her at every turn.
Look, don't worry. I'll apologize. That's what you want, right?
If you're going to apologize, then show some sincerity. It's up to her whether she forgives you or not, though.
Mary, you come from a long line of doctors. That's why you decided to work hard, get into a great school, and become a doctor too, right?
The only reason I decided to be a doctor is because of Dad's influence. Because I look up to him. It has nothing to do with the rest of the family. He helps people every single day, and I thought that I'd love to be like him too. Believe me, I'm not trying to live up to any expectations you might have for me.
But I can still help you out in some way. I know lots of doctors and others in the medical field. Remember that connections are the most important thing in this world.
I don't care about anything like that. Your contacts and acquaintances have nothing to do with me. I don't need or want any help from you. My dad will help me, and that's all the help I need.
How rude! Who taught you to talk to your elders in such a way? I bet Amy's making you say things like this.
No, she's not making me do anything. My mom is amazing, kind person who's always supported me. If anything, it's probably from you that I learned how to speak rudely to others. I mean, I can't even count how many times you used to speak badly of others in front of me.
Me? I never did anything like that.
Of course you did. So, I don't want any help or celebrations or anything from you. If you want us to forgive you, you better come over to her and beg. You only reach out to us again because you heard that I got into Harvard. I'm not going to be the one to make any effort for a person like that.
You're going to regret speaking to me like this.
I don't think I'll regret anything at all. In fact, I'm sure you're the one who will regret things in the end. I know that the other grandkids that you had such high hopes for didn't do as well as you had expected. They either failed their exams or just completely stopped going to school. Too bad you couldn't find the right air for the practice. Actually, I couldn't care less about that. Goodbye, you old hag.
1 year later. Amy, I have something to talk to you about. Is it okay if I come over? I want to apologize to you.
Is this Karen? What do you need to apologize to me for?
For everything that happened between us. And of course with Mary too. I'm very sorry about what has happened so far. Is there any way you can forgive me?
What's done is done. I don't even think about it anymore.
But I haven't made it up to you properly at all.
It's fine, really. My family has nothing more to do with you at all. That's all I need, not an apology from you.
Don't say things like that. Remember that your husband is my son. We're connected by blood, and Mary as well. I still think of her as an important member of the family who can continue the family business.
I thought you said your male grandchildren were more than enough. You're the one who said that Mary had no place because she was a girl. So please, look after the grandkids you think are more important enough to deserve your attention. We'll do things our way on our own.
But all the others ended up being completely useless. Apart from Mary, one other younger child took college entrance exams but ended up failing. And today, I got a call from his parents. Turns out he ran away from home.
I heard that he had been pressured by everyone to do well. It must have gotten to him eventually.
No, he just didn't have any talent. It must have been his father's genes. I never should have let my daughter marry him. All the others are much the same too. They strayed from the path, so to speak, or barely making it into low-grade high schools. Mary is the only one I can really rely on now.
Mary's also related to me though. So, as you said, she can't be all too great with me for mother. I'm just a low-born woman who never graduated high school.
That's not true at all. I mean, look at what you were able to achieve despite your family situation. It wasn't because you're not an intelligent person.
So, while understanding that much, you still decided to make fun of me before? That just makes me want to have nothing to do with you even more than before.
Don't say that. I really am sorry for how I behaved. I really reflected on it and made a change. At this rate, there won't be anyone to carry on my husband's medical practice.
Then I guess it will have to shut down.
There's no way I'll let that happen. It might not be a big practice, but the family worked hard to keep it running.
That's got nothing to do with us. You made sure of that before. Now, never message me again. Chris also has no intention of involving himself with you either, so you can save yourself the bother of trying to contact him.
Amy, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have looked down on you or said such horrible things. I'm really, really sorry.
I don't care what anyone says about me. You're free to do what you want after all, but I will never forgive you for what you did to Mary, your granddaughter. Even if Mary did find it within herself to forgive you, Chris and I never will.
Please, Amy. I'm so sorry. I'll even get on my knees to beg forgiveness.
I'm getting sick of hearing the same thing from you over and over again. I never want to see or hear from you again. You can just think about and regret what you've done for the rest of your life.
I'm sorry, Amy. I'm sorry.
As Mary said, you're the one who ended up with regrets, not us. You were also the one who didn't care about cutting ties with us. Have you really forgotten what you said yourself up until now? I wonder who really is the one with no brains.
After that,
I blocked Karen wherever she could try to contact me. Of course, Chris also supported me and ignored all of her texts and calls. Karen and her husband caused a big fuss over who was going to take over the clinic. But it has nothing to do with us anymore. Karen also started to blame her daughters for not giving birth to a worthy enough child. And from that, her other children also began cutting ties with her. They say that no one wants to speak badly of their own children because of the love parents feel. But Chris's sister found out that wasn't the case and had to wash their hands of their own parents. All of the grandchildren who they thought might succeed and run the clinic started to move away from becoming a doctor as they grew up and followed other passions. I'm sure that soon the clinic itself will have to shut down with no one to run it. But as I said, none of that concerns my family at all. I think it's good for them to regret the mistakes that they made and continue living with them. Mary, on the other hand, started college and is having a great time on her way to becoming a doctor. But more than that, she says that she is extremely grateful that I raised her in such a kind way and always supported her dreams without trying to force her down a certain path. I might not be the smartest, but I'm happy with the way I've raised my daughter. She always has friends around her who she is willing to help, and she has also helped many of them before. She's never been the most sociable person, but is always ready to lend a helping hand to whoever is in need. It took her a long time to even tell me about how her grandmother was treating her. I'm sure it's because she didn't want to upset me or make things more difficult for us. That just shows what a kind heart she had, even as a child. Chris and I are going to continue to look after her and support her in any way we can. Are you crying at home, Tris? Get on the phone.
sorry. I don't want to talk right now.
Then let's just text, okay? You broke up with your fiancé, right? Are you okay?
I'm not okay.
It must have been a shock.
Why did it have to end up like this? We'd already decided the day of the wedding. We even talked about where we would go on our honeymoon.
I see.
He said he found someone else. I can't believe he'd tell me this now. I had no idea this would happen.
There's something I need to tell you. Don't get mad, okay?
What?
It looks like this someone else is me.
What? Grace?
Your fiancé confessed his feelings to me just the other day. I felt bad for you, but he was so passionate that I ended up saying yes. I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute. You said okay? Even though it was my fiancé? You've got some nerve.
But the fact that he confessed to me already means that you and him were over. There's no way you could have went with a marriage with someone like that. So there was really no difference whether I said yes or not.
There is a big difference. What about my feelings? Didn't you think that I would have been hurt even more?
Well, I did feel bad for you, but I already said okay, so...
If you really did feel bad for me, then you would have said no. You just stole my fiancé from me.
But he's the one that came to me. All I did was say yes.
Stop messing around. You're just trying to justify yourself.
I'm so sorry. It's because I'm so much hotter than you.
What?
I'm the one everyone fawned over ever since we were little kids, right? I'm sorry, but you're just not that good looking, Tris. Especially when compared to me. It's natural that he chose me over you.
Quit messing with me. You really think that that's a valid excuse?
But it's true, right? Everyone you've ever dated always ends up choosing me instead. But to be honest, I didn't expect a guy right before marriage to do the same.
You must have planned for this to happen, didn't you? You seduced him and stole him from me.
Well, the fact that he was seduced means that he must have not loved you very much in the first place. You should be glad you found out before marriage and not after.
How am I supposed to be glad? You're always like this, Grace. You always steal what's important to me. What is your problem?
It's not like I'm doing it on purpose. It just always happens to end up like this. It must be one of those unstoppable forces.
That's just what you tell yourself, right? In reality, you just don't feel satisfied until you steal what's mine. Do you really not want me to be happy that much? You're so greedy.
Calm down, Tris. Getting angry at me won't get your fiancé back. You should move on and find the next person.
Do you plan on marrying him?
He proposed to me and all, but I'm not really sure. I feel that marrying him would be too hard on you.
It's fine. Why not just marry him if you want to?
It's alright?
I won't celebrate it, of course. I won't even go to the wedding. But it's not my decision whether you marry him or not.
What? You won't come to the wedding? That's sad.
You just want to show off, right? There's no way I'd be able to celebrate something like that. I probably won't be able to forgive you ever.
Do you hate me? But I'm your only sister.
You've stolen many things from me ever since we were children. I'm done with being tossed around by you. I don't care about you anymore, Grace. I won't text or meet you ever again.
Why? Don't be so cold.
To be honest, I want to insult the hell out of you. This is me being nice. Don't bother me from now on.
Sorry for having you do all the paperwork on Mom's death and funeral. I'm so glad you returned, Tris. You unblocked me, so this means that we're on good terms again, right?
I only unblocked you temporarily. It'd be hard to do all the paperwork without any communication.
What? Let's make up.
You really did just have me do everything, huh? Mom always loved you more than me, but you wouldn't even do any of the work? You're so ungrateful.
But it's all so hard. You're a tax accountant, right? You're better at all this stuff than me anyways. Thanks for being so good at paperwork.
You don't need to be a tax accountant to do this. You just didn't want to do any work. All you care about is yourself, huh?
But aren't you the one who was ungrateful to Mom? It seems that you cut ties not only with me, but with Mom as well.
She always did side with you.
What?
1 year after you stole my fiancé from me, Mom told me this. Forgive Grace, will you? That's when I realized Mom was on your side, not mine. It must have been irrelevant to her whether I was hurt or not. That's why I decided to get away from her as well.
But that's already been 5 years. Isn't it fine if you just forgive me already?
I told you that I would never forgive you, didn't I? It's not right for the wrongdoer to ask for forgiveness.
Oh, so you really do hate me, Tris? To be honest, I'm sad.
Be sad if you like. It's none of my business what you think anymore.
You're being so cold again. I was sad when Mom died, but I'm happy I get to talk to you again after so many years.
I only came back because I had to. I didn't want to meet you.
Oh, I heard this at the wedding, but you're getting married? Congratulations!
It brings me no joy having you celebrate it. I thought that you might have not been able to move on from the last time, but it seems you found someone new. I'm just glad you were able to get back up.
Don't say that to me. Your new fiancé came to the funeral, right?
I actually didn't want to bring him. He's a serious person. He said that since he didn't get to receive my parents' permission for the wedding, he at least wants to attend the funeral.
He was so handsome. I thought this for a while, but you really do have a good taste in guys, Tris.
Don't you dare put your hands on him. I mean, I did already tell him what happened 5 years ago, so I doubt he'll be seduced by you.
But I wonder if that's true. Men are much more stupid than you think, Tris. They gather to pretty flowers, even though they know it's poisonous.
He's not like that. Besides, you already have the guy you stole from me 5 years ago.
Huh? I broke up with him ages ago.
You serious?
It was probably half a year after you broke up with you. I'm the one who said we should break up. I thought he was a wonderful person, but after spending some time with him, I realized he wasn't what I thought he was. I kind of lost interest, you know?
You ruined my wedding just to go out with him for half a year?
He wasn't really my type, but your new fiancé is very much so. You're not that hot, Tris. But for some reason, you managed to get the guys anyways, right?
I knew I shouldn't have come to the funeral. I shouldn't have unblocked you, too. Don't contact me again.
So you're going to block me again? But that's just going to make you even more anxious now that you don't know what I'm doing.
So you do plan on doing something, huh?
Not really. Why? I'm just glad I'm able to talk to you again. Sorry, Tris. I might ruin your wedding again.
Did you do something to my fiancé?
Oh, so you didn't notice? I knew it. You would have said something if you had.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how your fiancé and I have been getting along recently. We've even been on a few dates now. It seems that he prefers me over you.
Grace, don't tell me that you stole another fiancé from me. How'd you even get close to him?
I went to his house and we talked.
How do you even know where he lives?
We chatted a bit at the funeral. While you're busy hosting a funeral, I got the opportunity to ask where he worked. It was easy finding out where he lived from there.
You followed him home from work?
Don't be silly. I was just walking nearby and happened to meet him. He was a lot friendlier with me than at the funeral this time. Probably because you weren't around. We went to this love hotel the same day.
There's no way that was an accident. Why do you always try to steal things from me? Why can't you just leave me alone?
It can't be helped. I fell in love with him the moment I saw him.
That's what you always say. But you just want to steal someone important from me again, don't you? You'll probably just get rid of him immediately again.
This time's different. I already promised I would marry him.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. He told me yesterday that he wanted to marry me.
There's no way he would just betray me. He's different from the other guys.
Bad luck, I guess. He's the kind of guy to secretly go on dates with me behind your back. Men must become dumb when they see me. Being beautiful's really a crime, isn't it?
You're a demon.
What are you saying? I'm just your cute little sister.
I should have just ignored Mom's funeral. I shouldn't have come in contact with you again.
Don't be sad. If I get bored of your fiancé, I'll give him back. Or you can go and find another handsome guy for me. Are you crying, Tris? Wow, I feel like we're in the same exact situation we were in 5 years ago.
I'm not crying.
I'm so glad. You become stronger in the past 5 years.
But you haven't changed a bit. You keep doing the same thing over and over. What's worse, you seem to be enjoying this.
I really do feel sorry, you know. I'm sorry for ruining your wedding again. I didn't mean to do you any harm. So please forgive me.
That's not what you're actually thinking, isn't it? Liar.
I'm not a liar. I really do feel bad for you. It's because I was born so good-looking. I'm really sorry.
It's fine. That person's not actually my fiancé. So why not just go ahead and marry him? If you can.
What are you talking about, Tris? Did you go crazy out of shock or something?
I truly was about to go crazy when I thought about him betraying me. But it seems that wasn't the case. You've got the wrong person, Grace.
There's no way I got the wrong person. I saw him leaving his house.
That person's the twin brother of my fiancé. He was just staying over at his brother's house that day. It's no wonder you got them mixed up. They do look identical after all.
Stop lying. Your fiancé's name is George Anderson, right? I always call him George, so he would have told me if I had the wrong person.
Well, you see, George's brother has this really rotten personality. He He must have noticed you got the wrong person immediately, but just didn't say anything.
What? Why would he do such a thing?
He must have found you hot or something. George says his brother's always been like that. Apparently, he used to pretend to be his brother and hit on George's female friends. He's a perfect fit for you.
You're lying. That can't be true. You're just saying that to make me give up, aren't you?
I asked George whether what you said was true, but he says that he hasn't met you ever, even once since after the funeral. So then I asked his brother if it was his doing, and he admitted it was him.
What? So it's true that the person wasn't actually your fiancé?
Yep, it seems that George's brother is quite the womanizer. Apparently, he always gets into trouble with his wife over it. It seems he was staying at George's house because they just had a fight.
His wife? He's married?
Yep, and his wife's pregnant too.
On top of him not actually being your fiancé, he was married too? So he just tricked me to satisfy his desires?
He must have been keeping it in. A stupid woman appeared before him, so he must have decided to use you.
What? What do you mean, stupid woman?
I'm talking about you.
You're the one who's stupid.
Calm down. No need to get mad.
It's because I just got insulted by someone like you.
Sorry, but I've considered you stupid from the start, you know?
What?
Are you not? You always look down on me. But aren't you the one who always has to go out with guys that have already went out with me? It was annoying, but thanks to that, I was able to find out which guys couldn't be trusted. I found someone wonderful at the end, so actually, I'm quite thankful.
What are you saying? You're nothing, Tris. Stop acting all high and mighty.
I don't know if it felt good stealing my boyfriends, but at the end, the only sort of people who were ever interested in you is guys who would cheat. It means that you're only being used, Grace. I'm thankful, because I was able to meet my current fiancé thanks to you.
I wasn't being used. I'll just steal your current fiancé again, do you hear me? It's too late regretting what you said now that I'm angry.
That's all right. The two of us are never going to meet with you again.
What?
Both George and I are fed up with our siblings, so we decided to move far away once we get married.
Even then, I'll find you.
I mean, you can try, but shouldn't you spend that time and effort on more important things like your own future?
I don't need to be lectured by someone like you.
Really? But I'm actually quite worried. You tried to steal my fiancé, but instead got tricked and was unwillingly used by a married man. You're nothing but a tool to them, Grace. No one's really ever going to love you.
Shut up! I'm hot unlike you, so everyone will love me.
It'd be nice if you're able to find someone special while you still have your looks. But I doubt anyone would love you after they find out what you're really like. At the very least, my fiancé can't put up with someone like you that hurts their sister for fun, no matter how cute they were. The two of us will forget about you and find happiness. Forgive me, okay? You won't be able to have my used boyfriends anymore. After that, George and I got married and moved far away, just like I said we would. The two of us are living a peaceful life far from my sister. George takes such good care of me. I'm so happy to have finally met someone like him. As to Grace, it seems that she'd gotten herself into quite the mess. She must have gotten mad after being insulted by me, so she decided to find a better guy than George to marry just to spite me and started using a dating website. It seems that she met this handsome guy who was also pretty rich, but apparently he was a scammer, and now Grace is in huge debt. She probably lost her calm and couldn't see that she was dating a scammer. It serves her right after stealing so much from me. I won't ever be meeting her again, but I plan on finding happiness whether she likes it or not. This is probably the best revenge I can give her.
Hey Rose, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stay at the office later than I thought.
That's fine. I don't care. I already ate dinner anyway. I'm going to go to sleep, so don't be too loud when you come back in. Oh, and buy some ice cream from the store on your way home, too.
Okay, I will. But you have a minute to talk right now? There's something I need to talk to you about.
What's up? Is it important?
Well, it's about work. To be honest, I guess the performance of the company hasn't been the best lately, and they have not been making as many sales as before.
I remember you mentioning something like that before. And?
Well, it turns out they're trying to cut my salary a little from next month.
Are you kidding me? Can they even do that? What about your summer bonus? Surely that at least they can't touch, right?
They haven't mentioned that, and I can't really say for sure. But it's probably better to just assume it won't be coming this year.
I don't believe this. And this year, I was really set on finally going on a trip to Europe. I thought one of the main benefits of this job was that you get a particularly good summer bonus. If they get rid of it, what's even the point? Can't you do something about this?
It's not really up to me to decide whether I get a bonus or not. I mean, of course I'd also love to get it. A lot of our clients have been going to insolvency one after the other.
That's got nothing to do with the average employee, though.
I know that's the case, but our company also isn't the biggest one out there. So they can't afford to keep giving out bonuses if business goes bad. It's possible that even we will have to file for bankruptcy.
You guys too? And so you're just not going to have a job?
Well, even if we do go bankrupt, there's no need to worry too much. I've already started to line up a new place that will accept me in case that happens, so I won't be out of a job. The pay will be less though, unfortunately. Don't worry though, it won't affect you, Rose.
How is it not going to affect me if your salary keeps going down? How am I supposed to pay for my manicures? For the hairdresser? Can I just keep spending the same amount on makeup and clothing too then?
Well, about that, I would like you to cut back on some of those things. I mean, I've been thinking for a little while that you may already be spending a little too much there. Afterwards, let's sit down together and go over the budget and where we can cut down on some things.
Fine, but there's no way that'll start working.
It's okay, I know that. I'm not asking you to find a job. Just work with me a little to cut down on some expenses.
I can't believe this. This really sucks.
Come on, don't be like that. The company hasn't gone bankrupt just yet, and I'm doing my best for the both of us here.
That stuff has nothing to do with me.
Look, I'll try as much as I can to make sure it doesn't affect you. But sometimes you make these really big purchases. You know, like a bag that costs a couple $1,000s or the like. It's those sorts of things that will be easiest and best to cut down on.
This really is the worst. I had already found the next bag I wanted to buy too.
I'm sorry.
Summer is already fast approaching. Are you trying to tell me that I'm going to have to wear the same outfits I did last year?
Listen, I'm not telling you that you can't buy any clothes or anything like that. I'd just like you to cut down on some of the really expensive purchases, that's all. Another thing is all of the Uber Eats you've been ordering. I mean, it costs far more to order there. Plus, there's the delivery fee too. So rather than that, I think we could try cooking ourselves more and see how it goes from there. It's also been a while since I've had your cooking. I'm looking forward to it, actually.
I never cooked for you before.
What? Right after we got married, you used to cook for a while. I know that was a while ago, but you did.
That wasn't me. That was like a home catering service. Somebody else cooked it.
Oh, was that it?
I don't know how to cook at all. And you know I can't clean either. You should know that being with me costs a lot of money. So, if you want to stay together, you better make sure you're still making enough money for me to live the lifestyle I want.
That's what I'm trying to do here.
Doesn't matter if you try. What I want to see is results. What's the use if you really try hard, but your salary just keeps getting cut and I can't buy what I want? You're the one who wanted to get married, so you better hold up your end of the bargain.
Right, but when we got married, we both promised to support each other, remember?
So what if we did?
Well, it seems to me that that time has come. You know, to support each other.
Doesn't seem that way to me. I see you trying to rely on me and ask me to sacrifice things. You're the only one who is asking me to cut down on Uber Eats and shopping.
If you put it like that, yeah, sure. But it's not like I'm trying to tell you to go to work or anything. I'm just asking for a bit of understanding and cooperation with daily expenses.
Man, it's tiring me out talking to you. I'm going to sleep.
Wait, what?
I just had a nice relaxing bath too, but this has completely ruined my mood. When you come back tonight, you can sleep on the couch. I don't want to see your face next to me when I wake up.
Okay, I'll sleep on the couch tonight.
Not only that, I've noticed recently that you're getting older. You smell worse and worse. Look after your hygiene a bit more. I don't want to be around someone that smells bad. You smell more and more like an old man each year. I'm going to just pretend that you didn't say anything about work or your salary or cutting down on anything. You better think long and hard and figure out how to fix it though.
A few months later. Hey Rose, I'm coming home early tonight.
What? Why? I got plans tonight, so even if you come home early, I probably won't be around.
Could you postpone your plans a little tonight? I've got something really important to talk to you about.
No way. It's my friend's birthday today. If you need to tell me something, just send it by text. I'll take a look at it later.
Fine, I'll just tell you now then. My company is going to file for bankruptcy.
What? Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, I'm being serious. We all tried our best to keep everything afloat, but nothing could be done in the end. That being said, I still have a few things I need to take care of this month, so I'll still be heading to work as usual to the end of the month.
I told you that I don't care about whether you all try hard or not. Bankruptcy is bankruptcy. If there's no company, you have no job. What's going to happen to me? We won't have to move out of this house, will we?
We've got enough savings to get us through, I think, but it's hard to tell exactly what will happen right now. It might be better to move to a place with slightly lower rent. Luckily enough, our contract is expiring soon too, so it might not be a bad idea to move then.
I don't believe this.
I'm sorry. But like I said before, don't worry. I'll still make sure you can have the life you've gotten used to. I'll probably be really busy for a while, but I promise I'll end up making even more money than I have been up until now.
And when will that be?
Even if you ask me something like that, I can't really tell you. All I can say is it'll be as soon as possible.
And I'm supposed to just continue living and trusting such vague comments from you? Because I can't do that. I need some stability.
I knew it! We're just going to end up in the same position as that friend of yours who stupidly started working for that startup company. Don't say things like that. I'm going to keep this under control. I told you I'd make sure this doesn't affect you badly.
It already is. You're telling me that you don't have a job anymore, and we don't know how we're going to live or pay for things.
I'll be able to find another job quickly. I already talked to a friend about this possibility a while ago.
You told me last time that the job would have a much lower pay.
Well, it definitely won't be as high as it is now, but it will definitely be enough for the two of us to live on. I don't understand why you're getting so upset about this.
I wasn't able to go to Europe this summer. I also wasn't able to buy the Gucci bag I wanted.
It's not like you weren't able to buy anything at all.
Listen closely, because I'm going to tell you clearly right now. If you don't have money, I have no interest in you.
Wait, what are you saying?
The only reason I married you was because you were earning more money than everyone else at the time. If that weren't the case, there's no way I'd marry you. Do you really think I'd go for someone as ugly as you if you weren't rich?
Is that how you've been thinking this whole time? It might be true that I'm not the best looking guy around, but...
Obviously not.
But were you also lying when you said that you liked my personality? You mean when I said that you're kind?
That wasn't a lie, actually. You're pretty gentle and will do whatever I ask. I like that. But having money is still the most important condition. Like I said before, I'm not interested in you if you have no money to support my lifestyle.
Rose, please tell me you're lying.
Wake up, Sam. Open your eyes and look at reality. Do you really think there's something about you that's attractive for a woman apart from your money? We've been together because you're quiet and don't hold back on giving me money to spend. That's all there is to it.
And here I've been doing my very best to try and make your life even better.
And how did that go? Ended up with your company going bankrupt.
But I really loved you.
Yeah, thanks. That's because I spent a lot of money on beauticians and other stuff to look like this.
I'm not talking just about your appearance. You're really confident and straightforward. I really like that about you. You have a lot of qualities that I myself lack. And you were extremely kind up until we got married.
What, you only just noticed that I changed after we got married?
Well, I had been thinking that you got a little colder than before. But since I'd seen how kind you could be, I kept hoping that the real you would come back to the fore sooner or later.
I was just kind to you so that you would marry me. After that, I was nice. I don't know, probably just when I wanted something.
I see. So you really had no feelings for me at all?
There's no way I would get married just for feelings or love. I'm not that kind of person to put emotions first and then suffer through some miserable existence with no money. Whether your life turns out happy or tragic, it all depends on who you marry. And I guess in this case, I misjudged you.
I'm sorry about that.
So, when it comes to a broke man, it's time for divorce. There's no reason to stay with you anymore. There's no guarantee that you'll make the same amount of money again, or that you ever will at all. Women's looks have an expiration date, you know. I gotta hook the next man before it's too late.
Fine, I won't say anything more.
Oh, thank God. It would have been a real pain if you tried to cling on to this. Remember though, I still want my half of the assets in the divorce. Also, I'll get the divorce papers ready tomorrow, so make sure you sign them.
Okay.
You know, I almost feel bad for treating you like this right after you lost your job. But don't hold it against me, okay? It's your fault for trying to punch above your weight and get a girl like me. You should have married someone so out of your league.
A few years later.
Hey, it's been a while. How have you been, Sean?
Who's this? Rose?
Yep, glad you still remember me.
Right.
Sorry for messaging you out of the blue, but there's something that caught my interest about you.
What do you want?
There's nothing in particular.
Then stop messaging me. I thought you'd already blocked me, so I didn't bother doing it from my end. I'll block you on everything in a second.
Wait a minute. I got something I want to talk to you about. I actually saw something about you in an article. It said that you're a CEO now.
That's right.
Congratulations! You've done so well.
Thanks.
I knew I was right when I chose to marry you. I really do have a good sense. Well done, well done. You wanted me to come back to you, so you must have worked really hard.
What, do you think I did anything for you? I did it for my wife and child.
Wait, what? You're married and have a child? How can that be?
I don't know how I could make that any simpler. I remarried and we had a child. So now I've been doing my best for my family.
You got remarried?
Yep.
But it hasn't even been 5 years since we got divorced. And you're not only just married, but you have a kid too?
5 years is a long time.
When did you get married?
About 3 years ago.
That means that, at the longest, you and your wife only dated for 2 years. But there's no way that you started seeing someone straight after the divorce, right?
Well, we started dating about 6 months after the divorce.
What? You really found another woman so quickly? I don't believe it. I bet you're getting the wool pulled over your eyes again.
I don't want to hear anything like that from you. After the divorce was over, I heard from one of our mutual friends that you'd already been seeing someone before we ended things.
And where's your proof of that?
I don't have any, and I'm not even trying to accuse or blame you for it. But I do know that you were seeing a whole load of different guys as soon as we divorced. So I don't want to hear anything from you about 6 months being too soon or whatever.
Don't you realize that you're just going down the same path here? Let me tell you something. You should divorce your wife.
My wife and I trust each other very much. There's nothing for you to worry about.
I wonder about that. She's definitely just a woman who sniffed out some money and sunk her teeth into you.
You couldn't be further from the truth. We used to work together. And she's the one who helped me build my business from the ground up. She's really someone who is irreplaceable to me. Honestly, even if it were the case that she was tricking me just for my money at this point, I'd even be okay with that.
You haven't changed at all. You're still just as laid back as ever. But I'm one of these women, so I know and can tell you, any women around you are just there for money.
Don't project yourself onto other people. Not everyone is like you. My wife definitely isn't like that.
Coming from you, who were completely taken in by all my lies? How could you be so sure?
It's exactly because I was tricked by you like that I can tell. I've become more cautious since. Because unlike you, my wife hasn't changed since we got married. She's still the same person. You're wrong about her.
Sam, listen to me. I'm the one person who understands you best. I know that deep down, you really want to be with and live together with someone as beautiful as me again. You chose me, and I know that you're a sucker for beautiful women.
I told you that I didn't choose you just for your looks.
You don't need to lie to me. I mean, obviously, a beautiful woman is better than an ugly one.
Is that what you messaged me to talk about? Sorry, but I'm pretty busy.
Look, I'm willing to give you another chance and meet again.
What?
I bet your wife showed up sometime when you had no money to your name. So she must not be that good looking at all. Plus, if she worked with you at your previous company, she must be as plain looking as they come. So, what do you say? Now that you have the money again, why not go back to your happily married life? It's not a bad deal.
No, it's not a bad deal. It's the worst deal possible.
Are you seriously saying that?
Living with you was a horrible time of my life. My life now is complete heaven compared to that time. I can come home every day to my loving wife and child and eat her home-cooked meals. Not only that, but she can help me out with work. People like her are hard to come by. I feel like I don't even deserve someone like her. She's too good for me.
I bet she's just delivering all the food just like I did, right? And how do you even know that it's your kid? You have no idea.
Just give up already. The two of us are complete strangers now. Stop saying those kinds of things about my wife. If you say anything more, I'm of the mind to sue you for libel. Should I call my lawyer now?
Oh, wait, don't. There's no reason for that. That was just a joke right now.
There are some things that you just don't joke about.
But, Sam, you said that I was really kind before, and you like that, right? There was never anything for you to get angry at me for.
That was when you were my wife, and I of course loved you then. Now I feel nothing towards you at all.
But I was your wife before.
And now you're a total stranger.
To be honest, I've always regretted splitting with you. I only realized it after, but someone kind and gentle like you is a perfect match for me. I really had to gather up all my courage to finally contact you again today.
Okay, and so what? None of that has anything to do with me.
Don't be so cold.
I roughly know your situation, although I'm exactly not sure what it is right now. You weren't able to get married again after our divorce, right? No matter how many rich guys you'd approach and try to fool like you did me, they never fell for it. And now you're still on your own, right?
That's just because I couldn't forget about you, Sam.
If that were true, you would have messaged me earlier, not waited 5 years. You only messaged me because you found out that I became a CEO from that article you read. I bet you thought that you would finally get some more money again. Did you really think I'll be tricked by you again?
That's not it. I really did love you before. It just took me a long time to realize it. Don't accuse me of such things, Sam.
As if I'd ever be able to believe anything you say again. It's not me that you like, it's just my money. But you know, I felt grateful to you after the divorce. Thanks to you leaving like you did, I was able to meet my amazing wife. I'm really glad you realized that we weren't in the same league and left. After that, I immediately blocked Rose on all platforms. Every now and then I hear something about her from some of her friends. It's not clear whether she's aiming too high or maybe all the men she approaches see right through her, but it seems that she just can't manage to hold anyone down. Of course, being married or in a relationship isn't the only important thing in life. There are plenty of people who are completely happy being single. But in Rose's case, she has always wanted to just get married and live an easy life off of the back of her husband's labor, so it's not the best situation for her. Apparently, she's really rushing around like crazy to find someone to marry her. And although she's in her mid-30s, she still only aims for rich guys in their 20s. For someone like Rose, who has never worked a day in her life and just spent it relaxing, it must be hard to even get into situations to meet men like that. I don't know how long it will take her to view herself objectively and see reality how it is, but the way things are going, she's not going to get her hands on what she really wants.
I found the results from your physical exam in the trash. What's going on? The results are far worse than they should be.
Don't go out of your way to take stuff out of the trash! That's unhygienic!
Why are you trying to hide something like this from me? Is that why you threw it away? So that I wouldn't see it? That's such a childish thing to do.
I knew you'd be like this if you saw it, so I figured it'd be better for everyone if I just threw it away. You did this last time too. You just nag and nag and nag.
I'm just worried about your health. You need to watch your diet. But forget that. Why has it gotten so much worse? There are way more areas for you to worry about than ever before. You should stop drinking alcohol for a while, or at least take it down a notch. And you have to stop eating so much salty food.
No way, give me a break. Alcohol is my single pleasure in this life.
But if you drink as much as you do every day, of course your results will end up like this. You're not as young as you used to be, you know? You really need to reevaluate some of your habits. Not just drink, this goes for food too. The food you eat is too heavy.
That's why I tell you not to make any light food. I can't stand it. It's not my fault I have a preference for the things I like. Yet you still try to feed me straight greens. I'm not a rabbit. Seeing all those vegetables piled up on my plate with no meat, it really ruins my mood.
You need to eat greens to get enough vitamins. It says here that you're deficient in a lot of them. Same with water. You need to keep hydrated. Stop drinking beer as a replacement for water. Once your body fails, you end up in the hospital. It'll already be too late. You need to make changes now.
My liver is strong. It can deal with all the alcohol I drink just fine. I'm fine as I am right now.
How can you say that so confidently? There's no such thing as someone who is unaffected by alcohol. Why would you think that you'd be any different?
My whole family is strong when it comes to alcohol. It's in our genes. There are a lot of heavy drinkers in the family, but they all live long lives.
You can't use them to brush off your test results. I'm just saying to think a little more about your habits.
The results are just a coincidence. I must have been having a bad day when I took those tests.
You overestimate how much your body can really take of how you live. You need to look after it a bit more, especially your liver. It's a strong organ, but it can get bad suddenly, and by that point, it's usually too late.
I'm telling you, I'm fine. We're talking about my body here. I know about it better than anyone.
I don't really think you do, though. In any case, you need to lay off the booze, at least to the point where it doesn't come on test results anymore.
That's going too far.
I'm also going to take full control of what you eat from now on. No complaints. Remember, I'm not telling you to give up drinking completely. Just give it a little break until the results get better.
If I can't drink, then there's no reason to even keep living.
Then find another one. It wouldn't be bad for you to do some exercise every once in a while, too. 5 months later. Hey, how are you feeling right now? Did you get to work okay?
I feel more or less normal. Why are you asking that?
Well, recently, you don't look too great. You look more pale than usual. You haven't been eating as much as you usually do either. And this morning, you look like you were moving really sluggishly.
That's just from the heat. You know how it gets in the summer.
No, this seems different. Last night, you had to get up and go to the toilet over and over, too. You must have gone at least 5 times. That's not like you at all, and has nothing to do with the heat.
I'm just getting older and need to go more often than before.
You don't have an upset stomach or anything?
Nope, just needed to pee, that's all. There's nothing wrong with my stomach.
Even so, that many times is a but too many to be normal. I have the feeling that your hands and feet have been kind of swollen, too. And haven't you been trembling a little? You should go to the doctor for a quick checkup just in case.
I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with me. Just give it up. You worry too much about these things.
Of course I'm worried here. I've been trying to make sure that you watch your diet and stop drinking as much as you did, so I expected your health to be improving. But if anything, it seems to be getting worse and worse. You haven't been going out eating and drinking behind my back, have you?
Of course not.
Then I'm really worried about you. Just make sure you go for a checkup. It'll be too late if it gets any worse.
Right, I got it.
Are you sure you haven't been drinking at all? You haven't been drinking out with friends? You're away from home so often these days, too.
I said I haven't been drinking, okay? Man, you really are a nag. You've completely spoiled my mood. I'm not gonna come home tonight. I'll stay at a hotel.
What? You're going to get that angry about me worrying about you?
Just won't give this up. It's annoying.
It's just that I care about you. You've been drinking less than you have for a long time. So why is your health getting worse? It should be the opposite. Even the whites of your eyes are turning yellow. It looks like jaundice.
It's because you keep yelling in my ear about things like this and I'm getting worse from stress. Just give it a rest. Just shut up about this already.
2 months later.
Emily, is it true that David has been hospitalized?
Unfortunately, yes. It looks like he has cirrhosis. The doctors haven't confirmed it, though. They're running a bunch of tests now. At the very least, we do know that he has something wrong with his liver.
I can't believe it! Weren't there any signs or symptoms?
Actually, he happened to get food poisoning the other night, so we went to the hospital for that. While they were treating him for the food poisoning, the doctors just happened to notice that something else was wrong, probably with the liver. It wasn't the actual reason we went to the hospital at all.
Really? They do say that there are almost no symptoms for liver issues until it's too late. At least they noticed it in time. In a way, it's a good thing he got food poisoning.
I'm afraid in time isn't really the case.
What? Is he in a serious condition?
They told me that had it been even a little later, he most likely would have died. It seems like his liver really is a bad state. We needed to have realized sooner.
How could my son's liver be so completely ruined? You're his wife. What kind of lifestyle have you been having him lead? I heard something from him directly too now that I think about it. He kept telling me that the food you make is inedible. What have you been feeding him?
He said that?
Looking after your husband is a wife's duty. What kind of weird food were you making him eat?
I don't know what he's been eating recently. He keeps staying at his lover's house. If you want to know about his diet, ask her. I did my best to make him change his habits and ensure that he had a healthy and balanced diet.
What do you mean, his lover?
Turns out he has been cheating with someone from one of the bars he often goes to. I guess he was always drinking lots with her. I forbid him from drinking at home and changed his diet too.
Why didn't you let him drink at home anymore?
The results from his last health checkup were really bad, so I tried my best to help him live a healthier lifestyle. But he still ended up drinking the same amount with his lover, so I didn't do much good in the end, it seems. I planned and carefully cooked all of his meals too, but that was also just wasted effort.
Is he really having an affair? I don't want to believe that he's the kind of person who would cheat on his wife.
I ended up hiring a private investigator to tail him for a bit. It's true.
And you have solid proof of it?
I have videos, pictures, audio recordings, plus all of his credit card statements. There's more than enough proof.
With all of that, I guess there can be no denying it then.
I kept thinking that something strange was up. Even though he's supposedly not drinking anymore, his health seemed to be getting worse and worse. But when I asked him if he was maybe drinking somewhere out of the house, he got extremely angry and blew up at me. It seemed really obvious that he was hiding something.
So that's why you decided to hire the private investigator?
Yes, that's right. And as I thought, he was having an affair.
I can't believe it. That's horrible, you poor thing.
You said before that it's a wife's duty to look after her husband. I did everything I could no matter how much he complained about me. I know that he didn't like that I didn't let him drink or that I wouldn't cook him heavy meals. But despite his grumblings, I ignored him and did what was best for his health.
So that's what he meant by not liking your food. Because you were making him healthy meals for his own sake.
But despite everything I did, he just lied and hid his own drinking, and here is the result. And are you going to blame me for this too? For not doing my duty as a wife?
No, of course not.
This is just a case of you get what you deserve, right?
Yes, it really is.
The next day.
Hey, bring me something to eat over here. The food at the hospital is gross. I can't even force it down. Anything is fine, just hurry over. Some snacks would be good too.
What are you even thinking? You're in the hospital because of your liver. You can't eat anything apart from hospital food right now.
I don't care about that. How am I supposed to get better if I have no energy from not eating? Try to sneak some beer in for me while you're at it.
You're completely hopeless. There's absolutely no way you're allowed to have something alcoholic.
I'll be careful so that no one sees me drinking it. Lying here in the hospital all day is incredibly dull. If I can't at least drink a beer, there's no way I can put up with this.
I refuse to do that. I'm not bringing you anything.
It's fine, so just bring it. Just once in a while will be fine.
If you want it so badly, why don't you ask your lover to bring some for you?
My lover? What are you talking about?
I know you're having an affair with that woman from the bar, the one near the station that you go to often. I already had someone look into it, so there's no use lying.
What? You hired a private investigator?
That's besides the point. If you're always at the bar, that means you've been drinking there, right? And what about when you stay with her while telling me you're staying at a hotel?
Well, that...
And after I put so much time and effort into trying to help you be healthier, why did you just have to go and spit in my eye like that? And now look, you're in the hospital because of it. If you're in such a rush to go to the other side, just do what you please from now on.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
I don't care anymore. I want a divorce. The woman you've been sleeping with can look after you from now on.
What, are you kidding? You're just aiming for alimony, aren't you?
It's only naturally that I get something from you after I put in so much work and get repaid by being cheated on. And I'm not going to go easy on you just because you're sick now. I'm going to squeeze as much out of you as I can.
Even if you say that, it's not like there's that much going for you to take. I'm gonna have to pay for all these medical bills now.
Well, why don't you ask your lover for some help? I don't care where the money comes from, but I mean to get it.
You can't be serious.
You're the one who has got to be joking, cheating like that. I believe in an eye for an eye. There's no way I'm letting you off with nothing.
If you were a better wife, I wouldn't have cheated in the first place. All you did was make tasteless food and nag me. This is your fault to begin with.
The food was for your own health. Do you think I wanted to eat that too? I'm not the one with health problems. All responsibility lies directly with you.
Shut up! Anyone else would have cheated on someone like you.
I can't even listen to this anymore. Who are you to talk down to me after cheating?
Don't embarrass your mom any further.
What, Mom?
That's right. I'm at your and Emily's house right now. I didn't want to believe that you were the kind of person who would cheat on his wife without seeing the proof with my own two eyes. But it's exactly as Emily has said.
Proof? How far did she go with that private investigator?
Everything that's happening to you, especially with your liver, is your fault. All I can say is that you got what you deserve. Even I can't stand up for you in this situation.
But you're my mom! You're supposed to be on my side!
I'd like to be, but I can't be now. The only thing I can do for you is apologize to Emily for what you've done and pray that the alimony won't completely ruin you. You do well to get on your knees and ask for forgiveness too.
Wait, Mom! Let me say something.
What is it?
I'm gonna divorce Emily and get married to my girlfriend. She'll be my new wife. I'll introduce you to her soon.
How can you even bring that up at a time like this?
I love her. I'm sure that I can be happy if I'm with her.
There's no way I could give you my blessing to do something like that.
Why not? Why are you so upset by this?
Not only was she the woman you've been having an affair with, she's also the reason you're lying in a hospital bed right now. And now you want to marry her? Stop with the idiocy. I'm disgusted by your actions.
I'm not even that sick. Everything is just being blown out of proportion. I'll rest up and be better than ever soon. Sure, my girlfriend and I are both heavy drinkers, so together we might have drank a little too much. But it's because she has such a bright personality. It's just so fun to drink with her.
Just drink a little too much? Get real. It's more than just a little. Your liver is ready.
What? What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter. In any case, I will never allow you to marry that woman. You need to end things with her immediately.
What did you mean to say about my liver? Mom, are you there? Do you know something that I don't?
It's Emily again. Your mom is in the other room sitting down for a moment. I think the shock of recent events is getting to her a little. Let her relax for a bit.
Tell me what she was going to say about my health. Why is she reacting so strongly? Are you hiding something from me?
There is something I haven't told you yet, yes. The doctor spoke to me about the results of all your tests. It looks like your liver is in a really bad state. You have liver cirrhosis.
What does that mean?
It means that your liver can barely function as it's supposed to anymore. There's also a lot of fluid building up near your stomach and gut. You probably don't have that long left. Of course, there is still a chance for you to recover from this.
What? Is that really what they said? You're telling me that I don't have that much left to live?
The main doctor didn't make any firm judgments, and he didn't say anything about how much time you have left. But he did confirm that your liver had been in a more dire state than you thought for a very long time.
Talking about days left to live? This has to be a bad dream. I'm only in my 30s. There's still so much I want to do.
I've warned you time and time again that you need to stop drinking. But no, you went off with that woman and drank your fill, right? If you go so far as to take years off your life to spend time with her, you must have been having a good time.
I just simply love drinking. I never really thought that it caused such serious health problems. What's gonna happen? What am I supposed to do?
I have no idea. Don't ask me. Anyway, let's forget that. I've talked to a lawyer about the divorce already.
What do you mean, let's forget this? Are you really planning on taking money from me in this divorce while I'm so ill?
What does it matter that you're sick? The only thing that matters to me is that my husband wasn't faithful to me. You being ill has nothing to do with that.
Is this really the end for me?
If it ends like this, you have no one to blame but yourself. You brought about the end. Well, good luck with your treatment. Wouldn't it be nice if a miracle happened?
I know you didn't mean that.
Of course not. I told you I don't care anymore. Did you expect me to console you or something? If you want that, go call your lover. You said she was your girlfriend now, right? I'm sure she'll treat you nicely. After that, I realized the divorce with David and got a nice settlement from him too. David's condition had seemed to stabilize while he was in the hospital, so they let him check out of the hospital and recover at home. But then again, his symptoms got worse and worse, so he moved into his mother's house so that she could look after him there. Apparently, his girlfriend tried to go and visit him while he was there, but David's mother kept turning her away and she was unable to visit him at all. A few months after the divorce, David passed away. His girlfriend tried to go to his funeral as well, but it didn't turn out well. I heard that David's mom slapped her in the face, yelling that it was her fault that her son died before kicking her out. I didn't go to the funeral, but I did go to place a few flowers on his grave the following day. Rebecca was there too, and was very friendly to me despite how she must have been feeling. She did keep talking badly about David's girlfriend. She seemed to really resent and blame her for what happened. I'm sure that her heart was really broken by her son's untimely death. Although I feel bad for her, I haven't gone to visit her or seen her anywhere since that day. I'm going to make sure that I and those around me who I care about take better care of their health to avoid anything like this from happening.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey Ken, are you still at the office? I just got back home.
Oh, sorry. I have overtime today.
What? I wish you'd have told me sooner. Isn't it supposed to be your turn to cook supper today?
What am I supposed to do? Tell my boss to stick it where the sun don't shine? This is my job we're talking about here.
Sure, I get that. But if I think you're coming home to cook for us, I'm not gonna make anything, am I, smartass? You better not complain when you get home and there's nothing on the table.
Jeez, Elle, calm down. Fine, you're right. I should have told you earlier. Sorry. Sorry about supper, too. I'm gonna grab something on the way home from work, so you should just make something for yourself.
Sure, I don't mind that. But how many times is this now? I told you before to let me know in advance when you can't make it home on time, didn't I? I feel like we have the same conversation several times a week. We have to operate as a team since we're both working full-time, you know? What hope is there if we can't even communicate properly?
Give me a break, Elle. I said I'm sorry. Want me to say it again?
You said that last time, too. I don't like pushing the issue like this, but surely you can see this is happening too often. I don't feel like you're taking our relationship seriously.
I am, babe, I swear. I'll let you know next time. I promise, okay?
You promised last time, and the time before that.
What do you want me to say then? All I could do is apologize.
I don't want you to say anything. I want you to honor your word and stop doing it. In other words, I want you to start taking me seriously. I'm juggling virtually all of the cleaning, cooking, and laundry by myself despite the fact we both work the same amount of hours in a week. Do you even know how much housework you're loading off on me?
I know, babe. I've been careless. I know it probably just sounds like an excuse, but I do take you seriously. I'll do all the housework on my next day off, okay? How does that sound? Just forgive me. Pretty please?
Actions speak louder than words, Ken. You think I enjoy getting mad over this crap? Trust me, this is the last discussion I want to be having with you.
I know, I'm sorry. I've been taking advantage of you and that's not acceptable. I'm sorry for letting you do everything. I realize now that me not pulling my weight increases the burden on you. That's not fair. I won't do it again. I'm really sorry, babe.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry too. Maybe I'm being too hard on you. If I'm in a position to do the housework, then I should just do it without complaining. It's just that I feel like I've been doing so much lately. I've been stressed out, and I think it's all just gotten to be too much for me. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that.
It's fine. I'm the one in the wrong here, babe. You're right to be upset.
No, you can't do the housework if you're at work, and I know how much your boss pressures you to do overtime. It's hardly like you're out drinking with your friends. I shouldn't have lost my rag like that. I'll make an effort to be more considerate from now on, honey. I'm sorry.
It's fine, really. You said it yourself. We work the same hours in a week. I might be at work now, but I'm still in the wrong for not helping out more when I'm there. If he asks me to do overtime again next week, I'll turn it down. Make sure I get home on time and do my share of the housework.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, about next week, I'll be going away on business on Wednesday.
Wait, what? Really? To think I was just getting all hyped up to do the housework.
What's that supposed to mean? You can do it whether I'm there or not.
Yeah, you're right. I'll make the whole place sparkle. You'll barely recognize it when you get back. It'll be so clean it'll blow your mind. How about I rustle you up your favorite dish as a welcome back present when your trip ends?
I'd love that, sweetie. I can't wait. We haven't had much time to go out together like we used to lately. It's almost like we're leading separate lives now. The most I get to see you these days is when you eat your supper after work before falling asleep on the sofa. So it makes me really happy that you do that for me.
Sorry about that, babe. It's not intentional. It's just I'm so busy with work these days I barely have any energy left when I get home. It's looking like things might ease up next week, though.
Glad to hear it. In that case, let's go on a date on your day off. It's been so long. It wouldn't hurt to go out together every now and then, you know? Just because we're married doesn't mean we shouldn't try and keep things fresh and exciting. If anything, it means we should all the more.
You're right. That could be fun, actually. Shall we go to a trendy cafe somewhere? Or how about a country drive?
Woohoo! Thanks so much, Ken. It means so much that you'd make time for us, even though you're busy.
You know I'm not the only one who's busy. Don't think I don't appreciate you, babe. I know how hard you work and I'm grateful for it. I feel like the luckiest man in the world to have a wife as kind and thoughtful as you.
Hey, Ken, are you done at the office yet?
Yep, I'm already at home.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you said you'd get off early this week.
Right? I have to do the final checks on the housework before you get home for your business trip tomorrow, after all. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I still gotta sweep the veranda.
Aw, Ken, you don't have to go that far. You can just vacuum everywhere and be done with it for me. You don't have to treat the place like an imperial palace.
It's fine, I want to. You'll be back after lunchtime tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm flying back directly from Seattle.
Alright, it's settled then. I'll rustle you up some succulent, juicy, tender fried chicken when you get back.
Huh? Fried chicken? You're gonna make fried chicken?
Yep. I was thinking of making some for dinner tonight anyway, so I figure I may as well make it for lunch so you can enjoy it when you get back from your trip.
I had no idea you could make fried chicken. That's amazing. And all on your own, too? You don't have to go to all that trouble for me, though, honey. I'll be happy with something simple.
To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about improving my cooking skills lately. I only ever make simple stuff. I want to challenge myself for once. I thought fried chicken would be a good way to do that. Even better if I can make you something delicious in the process. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Will you be okay? Be careful with the oil. It spits.
I found the recipe online. It has step-by-step instructions so simple, a monkey could follow them.
Okay, great. I can't wait to get home. I can't believe you're making me fried chicken. This is gonna be the treat of a lifetime.
Sorry if I failed miserably.
Don't worry about that, sweetie. I'm just happy you're making something for me. I'm sure you won't fail. You can do anything you put your mind to. I seriously can't wait. I almost want to book an earlier flight home.
Whoa, calm down. You will finish your business trip. We all need you getting fired over my cooking. Are you really that happy about it? It's just some fried chicken. I'm not really sure it deserves this much of a fuss.
Yes, I really am. To be honest, I've been really worried about us lately.
Worried? Why? Did I do something?
Well, no, but I was worried we were drifting apart. It kind of felt more like we were housemates than husband and wife. We've been married 3 years now. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about.
Really? You thought that? God, I guess it's not that hard to believe. It's my fault. I'm sorry, Al. Listen, I've been doing some thinking myself these past few days. It's dawned on me I've been relying on you too much. I've been taking you for granted. I haven't been treating you like an equal partner in the relationship.
I'm so pleased to hear you were thinking about me.
Of course I was. You're my wife. I'm never as happy as I am with you.
Me too, sweetie. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Shall we do a video call later? I thought it might be nice if we could eat our supper together while I'm away on business. I might only be eating a convenience store ready meal in my hotel room, but I think it'd be kinda romantic.
Oh, that might be a little difficult. I can't promise anything. I'm not even close to getting started on supper yet.
But don't you have work tomorrow? It's not like you to leave supper this late. I hope this isn't because you're going out of your way to do inhumane amounts of housework. I told you, I'll be happy as long as the floors are vacuumed.
I just don't think I can promise an exact time. This is my first time making fried chicken, you know. It's probably going to take me ages. I want to make sure I get this right.
I'm done with all my work stuff. All I have to do tomorrow is get on the plane home. I don't mind if it gets late.
I don't know, babe. I was looking forward to surprising you with the fried chicken tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it. I think it's especially late. Let's leave the video call for another time. I'm rushing to get it done as it is, and the last thing I want to is mess it up.
Jesus, Ken, exactly what kind of fried chicken is this?
Isn't finding out all part of the fun? Let's not spoil the surprise.
Fine, you do have a point. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a shower, have my ready meal, and hit the hay.
All right. I hope you have a safe flight home tomorrow.
Speak to you tomorrow. Mom, what's with all the missed calls? Is something wrong? Why would you call me at this time of night? Did something happen? Did you press the button by mistake? Ellie, are you okay? Are you hurt? Huh? What do you mean? Why would I be hurt? How can you not know? I heard there was a fire at your apartment. A woman was seen being carried out with third-degree burns. A fire at our apartment? What the hell? I'm away on a business trip right now. Away on business? Then who was that on the stretcher? Wait a sec. None of this makes sense. Can we start from the beginning here? What do you mean my apartment caught fire? What on earth? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm wondering too. Mom, are you half asleep by any chance? Did you take your sleeping pills? I know they can have some pretty heavy side effects. I am not on drugs, young lady. There was a fire at your apartment block. I saw it on the evening news. It said the fire came from a room on the 3rd floor. I couldn't believe my eyes when the cameras panned to it. It was yours and Ken's apartment. There was a woman being carried out on a stretcher. I was sure it was you. What the... I don't even... Are you being serious? Do you think I'd lie about something like this? Besides, you know I'm a night owl. I'm always up at this time. Right, that's true. Sorry, Mom. I'm just struggling to process all this. Ah, I know. Hold on a moment. There should be some articles about it online by now. Let me look it up. It's fine. I just found one. What the hell's going on? Our apartment really was on fire. See? I knew it was your place. I just knew it. Oh my God. Ken said he was going to try making fried chicken for the first time today. No way. Do you think that's how the fire started? Have you heard from him? He's not picking up. He hasn't read any of my messages either. Oh my God. Don't panic, darling. I didn't hear anything about a man being hurt. The woman who got injured must have been from next door or something. It's only natural you're worried, but I haven't seen anything that would suggest Ken's in trouble. No, there has to be some kind of mistake. It says in the article a woman was seen being carried out of mine and Ken's apartment. Besides, it says the firefighters were only seen tackling the blaze outside our place. This can only mean that woman was in our apartment. You don't know that, dear. It's too early for us to say anything yet. You can't believe everything you hear on the news. Reporters make mistakes all the time. Is it a good thing I wasn't there? Or, oh my God, what if the worst happened? Maybe if I was there, I could have done something. Ugh, none of this makes any sense, and I don't know what to think. I'm just relieved that you're okay, Ellie. Of course, but I have to get home immediately. I have to find out what's going on. I can't just stay here and do nothing when I don't know if Ken's okay. You're right, of course you can't. Shall I try calling him too? It's fine, you don't have to do that. I'll call you as soon as I know anything. Ellie, I want you to know that I'm here for you, no matter what. Judging from the news coverage, no one's gonna be living in that apartment again for a while. The whole place is burnt to a crisp. I want you to come and stay with me. Okay, I will. Mom, did Ken betray me? It's too early to say, dear. We just don't know. Are you sure you can make it home on your own? Are you okay? Should me and your dad come and pick you up? We don't mind. Don't be silly. I can't have you drive out all this way. Besides, I have a flight booked. Maybe I can switch out my ticket for an earlier one? I know some airlines let you do that for a fee. If I can, I should be back within 3 hours. Got it. We'll be waiting at the airport. Message me when you land, okay? You'll get back a damn sight quicker in mine and your dad's car than you would trying to find a taxi in the early hours. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate this. I'll be in touch. And Mom, I'm sorry. What do you have to apologize for? We're your parents, dear. We're here for you no matter what, and we always will be.
Elle, I owe you an apology. I can finally speak to you now things have calmed down.
Calmed down? What does that mean? Did your lover get discharged from the hospital?
No, she's still there.
I see. So what do you want? Did you want to say something to me?
I want to apologize for everything I've done. I was hoping we could talk about our future too, if that's alright with you.
Our future? Don't make me laugh. Me and you don't have a future. In fact, I hope I never see you again.
I'm so sorry.
Turns out you weren't busy with work after all. You were busy cheating on me with your lover the whole time. That's the real reason you were leaving all the housework to me, isn't it?
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I'm filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disappointment in myself. You deserve better. But I want you to know I don't feel anything for her. I was planning on ending it, actually.
Really? You invited a woman you didn't feel anything for, and were getting ready to break up with into our apartment while I was away on a business trip?
Well, the plan was to get her to help me out with the housework.
That's the most pathetic excuse I've heard in my whole life. Besides, if that's true, how do you explain the fact that the fire started because you guys got so caught up smooching each other's faces off that you knocked the chicken pot off the stove? That's what I heard. It's true, isn't it? My disgust for you is so intense, I find it difficult to verbalize, you prick.
Elle, I'm sorry. I've been a fool. I really screwed up this time. But I mean it when I say I was planning on breaking up with her. That was going to be the last time we ever met.
So what? You cheat on me for months behind my back, constantly lying about work being busy and being made to do overtime. You invite your lover over to our apartment while I'm away on business. Then, as if that wasn't bad enough, you're such an irredeemable moron that you managed to burn our freaking apartment down by making out with her too aggressively. Whether you were about to break up with her or not doesn't change any of that.
I know that. There's no taking back what I did.
I heard she got scalded by boiling hot cooking oil when you knocked the pot off the stove. I hate to say it serves her right, but it damn well frickin' does.
Hey, don't speak about her that way. The doctors told her she needs skin grafts and she's going to be permanently disfigured.
Oh no, that poor baby. You can't seriously be suggesting I should be sympathetic towards a woman who got involved with a man she knew damn well was married? It wasn't like that.
Don't blame her. The only one at fault here is me.
I know that. That's why we're getting a divorce.
No, I don't wanna. Why would you jump straight to divorce? Let's not be hasty here. Surely we could talk about this like mature adults.
Excuse me, mature adults? You've got some nerve to say that after what you did.
I love you, Elle. I don't want to be with anyone but you.
Why'd you cheat on me then? You can say whatever you like, but you did what you did, and nothing will change that. Actions speak louder than words can, and you've already made it abundantly clear how much I actually mean to you.
Please, babe. We just got caught up in the heat of the moment. She wasn't serious about me either. It was nothing but a cheap fling to both of us.
The problem is, that's not true, is it? Because she was serious about you, wasn't she? I know her parents have been telling you to take responsibility and leave me for her for a while now.
I had no intention of doing that. We're both adults. If she didn't like it, she was free to walk away at any time. Her parents have no power over me. Sure, I bear most of the responsibility for what happened with the house. I won't deny that. But she was the one who knocked the pot off the stove.
I couldn't give any less of a damn. We're getting a divorce and that's that. She can have you all to herself now.
No, that's not what I want. I want you and no one else. You're my soulmate, babe. A life without you isn't worth living. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I need you in my life. You're the peanut to my butter, the ice to my cream, the bacon to my eggs. You're the love of my life. Please don't leave me.
If you really felt that way, you wouldn't have cheated on me.
That doesn't mean I love you, babe. It's just in a man's nature. She was nothing to me, I swear.
It still happened as a result of your actions. You're the one who decided to cheat on me. No one made you.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I swear.
And I'll never believe another word that comes out of your mouth for as long as I live. It was all lies. Nothing but lies. When you said you were going to start making more of an effort around the house, when you said you had to stay late at the office, it was all lies. You were meeting up with your lover for seedy romps behind my back the whole time. Lies. Which part of that means I'm the love of your life or soulmate? Which part of that means you love me? Which part of that means you want me and no one else?
Elle, please. I'm begging you to find it in your heart to forgive me. I admit it. I've been a lying scumbag, a treacherous lowlife, a scoundrel, a dog. But I'll never betray you again, and I mean that.
How could you betray me any more than you already have? I'll never let you do this to me again. I want a divorce.
Please, I have severe burns on my legs.
So what? Surely Lovergirl's worse off. She has burns covering her entire body. Are you trying to make me feel sorry for you? You should really choose your words more carefully if you don't want to piss me off even more.
Please, I'm going to get pressure into marrying her if you divorce me. I'm not interested. It's you I want. It's not just her parents giving me crap now either. My mom and dad found out about the fire and the affair. They're telling me to man up and take responsibility for what I did by marrying her.
Yep, they know too. They probably already knew about the fire from the news coverage, but I made sure to tell them we're getting a divorce. And I explained exactly why and made sure they knew whose fault that is. I couldn't agree more, by the way, that you should man up and take responsibility.
If it's compensation you want, okay. Please, just don't divorce me. Anything but divorce. She was nothing but a cheap fling. She means nothing to me, I swear. I'm begging you here. I'll do anything you say from now on. Anything. I'll do all the housework. I'll give you control of my bank account and you decide how we spend my salary.
I didn't marry you for any of those things. I just wanted us to be happy together. It looks like that was naive of me.
Please forgive me, Elle. The day we got married was the best day of my life. I felt so lucky to have a wife as brilliant and amazing as you. I can't lose you after all this time. Besides, we had a date plan. I was really looking forward to it.
If you really think this is the time for us to be going on dates, then I can only conclude inhaling all that smoke must have given you brain damage.
You're the most important person in the whole world to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your apologies are empty and meaningless because you're a shameless, compulsive liar. I'd have to be crazy to believe you. All I feel is regret. I wish we never got married. No, I wish we never even met. I divorced my lowlife husband immediately after that. He was adamant he wouldn't go along with it, but all 4 of our parents called us together for a family meeting and basically ordered him to sign the papers under threat of disownment. It was so reassuring to have everyone's support. I thought the fact they weren't willing to overlook Ken's disgusting behavior just because he's their son was really admirable. In the end, he reluctantly signed the papers with a look of defeat on his face. Apparently, he's still engaged in a bitter struggle with his lover and her family. They're demanding he take responsibility for what he did and put a ring on her finger. I heard she has horrific burns all over her body as a result of knocking over the pan filled with boiling oil. As a result, she's covered in bandages even now and needs support for basic everyday stuff like getting dressed and washing herself. As a woman, I understand how horrible that must be for her. But I'd be lying if I said I felt even an ounce of sympathy. Obviously, that goes for my scumbag ex-husband, too. If not for their lust or their lies, none of this would have ever happened. There would have been no fire, and neither of them would have been injured. What can I say? Actions have consequences. I'm starting to believe karma might actually be a real thing. They weren't the only ones affected by all this. They also caused a lot of trouble for our neighbors. And not to mention the firefighters who had to rush out and risk their lives to clean up their mess. I'm not holding my breath, but I hope they reflect on their actions and use this as an opportunity to become better. At the very least, people who don't cause problems for others. That's not to say I want them to live easy lives, far from it. Maybe it's petty of me, but to be completely honest, I hope the problems between Ken and his lover continue long into the future. They both deserve to suffer as much as possible. I went to live with my parents after the fire, and when I wasn't at work, spent most of my time in a daze doing sweet FA. I didn't help out around the house even once and left everything to my mom and dad. I'm not normally like that at all. I can only put it down to being in a state of shock and needing time to process everything that had happened to me. But thanks to the love and kindness of my parents, the sympathy and understanding coworkers who were kind enough to support me with my work when it was clear I wasn't my usual self, and all the friends who visit me regularly to check up on how I'm doing, I feel myself gradually returning to normal. I know it's still early days, but I think I'm finally starting to feel hopeful about the future again. I'm under no illusions. I know it's going to take a long time to get over the shock of being betrayed by the person I loved like that. But I can't go through life being miserable and depressed all the time. And I'm committed to building a new life for myself and finding happiness again. I want to make as many amazing new memories as possible as soon as I can. I have a feeling that'll go a long way in helping me forget about my lying ex-husband. I'm determined to find happiness again. At the very least, I'm going to make sure I'm a damn sight happier than that lowlife. I sure as hell deserve it after everything I've been through.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Deep text.
Hey Eric, about next week's memorial service, do you think I should take something? Some kind of present?
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt to make a small gift, just as a token of respect. Some confectionery or sweets or something. My parents love that kind of thing. I think they'd be super pleased.
Okay. Should I wrap them up?
It's fine. You don't have to bother with that. They're family.
Really? You sure?
Yeah, it's fine. I have a feeling they might not even accept anything you try to give them anyway. But it won't hurt to take something just in case. Just pick something you wouldn't mind eating yourself afterwards. Anyway, more importantly, there's something I wanted to tell you. There's something I want you to be careful about at my mom and dad's place.
What is it? Some kind of family rule or etiquette?
No, it's nothing like that. You can just act normal as far as that stuff goes. But please, whatever you do, make sure you don't use the words like pregnancy or children in front of any of them. They're forbidden words.
Huh? Why?
So you know how my brother lives at my mom and dad's place with his wife?
Yeah, I remember you telling me. Your brother's the oldest son, isn't he?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Him and his wife can't have kids. She's infertile. Apparently, they've been trying all kinds of treatment, but nothing showing any signs of working.
I see.
Me and you only got married recently, but him and his wife have been married a pretty long time. What is it, like 5 years now? Anyway, the point is, not only can they not have kids, but my mom and dad are also losing their heads over it.
Oh, I see. I wonder if they're piling all their expectations on him because he's the oldest son? Your dad's company has no successor either. That must be tough.
Right? Which is why the atmosphere there these days is so thick you could cut it with a knife. He tells me they're crazy sensitive towards any words even remotely related to pregnancy. That's why, for the sake of keeping the peace, saying any word falling into that category is strictly forbidden. There's no telling whether it might upset someone.
I see. What a difficult situation. I understand. I'll watch my mouth.
Thanks a lot, Jasmine. I appreciate you.
That must be really hard for both of them, but his wife especially. I know it might not really be my place to say, but given the situation, them living with your parents sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Huh? His wife?
Yeah, Jenna. She must be feeling the pressure more than anyone.
Yeah, I guess so.
She always had a strong sense of responsibility. She always struck me as the type to be unduly hard on herself because she's so kind and sensitive. I hope she's okay.
Me too. I'm so glad we're able to keep our distance from it all. This whole thing made me realize how grateful I am to be the second son. Then, mixed in with the gratitude and this weird sense of guilt. Like, I should somehow be sharing the burden. But honestly, and this might sound bad, but I'm glad I'm not. I wish him and Jenna all the best, but let's face it, he's a lot older than me. Which is why I think I've always been able to dodge the responsibility my parents pile on him.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm the youngest of 3 siblings myself, so I totally get where you're coming from. I think I've had it easy too, in that sense.
Right? Being the oldest kid seems like such a drag.
Anyway, message taken on board. I'll choose my words carefully next week. I'll make sure I don't say anything to shock or upset anyone.
Great. I'm counting on you, babe.
Eric, is now a good time? I have some news for you.
You do? What is it?
Well, you know how this morning I told you how I was feeling a little bloated?
This morning? Yeah, I remember that. And actually, your belly did seem to be protruding a little more than usual.
Forgive me if this is too much info. I'm embarrassed to discuss this with you. But I've been a little constipated lately, but I just chalked it down to there being a traffic jam down there. So I decided to go to the doctor's. I looked it up online, and apparently there are people who go to the doctors with constipation. So I booked an appointment and off I went.
You saw a doctor? How did it go? Is everything okay?
Well, yes. It wasn't that after all. But he told me I needed to see a gynecologist.
A gynecologist?
A gynecologist. They deal with, lady stuff. Anyway, I went to see him and I had an examination. I'm pregnant.
You're what? You're what? Seriously? You're pregnant?
The gynecologist was blown away that the other doctor didn't notice. Apparently, it's so big that they were already able to see the gender. It's a boy.
What? But you haven't been showing any signs until now, have you? I didn't notice any difference. How is this possible? How about morning sickness? Have you been feeling under the weather at all?
I haven't felt anything that seemed like morning sickness, but thinking on it now, I've been usually tired lately, especially over the last couple of weeks. In general, there hasn't been anything that screams out, "You're pregnant, Jasmine." So yeah, astonished isn't the word. Even my appetite's been totally normal, and you often hear how weird cravings are one of the telltale signs.
I can't believe we only just found out now your belly's growing. How did this happen? Is this a thing?
I even chalked that down to the constipation. Can you imagine if I hadn't been constipated? I would have carried on with my life completely oblivious.
Wait, don't your periods stop if you get pregnant? Didn't you think that was weird?
I've always had irregular periods. It's not unusual for me to go 2 or 3 months without a period, so even that wasn't a giveaway. I didn't have the faintest idea. I would have called you crazy if you'd have told me this was gonna happen a week ago. I'm so pleased I went to the doctor and found out.
Right. But wow, you're pregnant. I can't believe it. It doesn't feel real.
Aren't you pleased?
No, I am. I am pleased. I am genuinely happy. It's just, I feel bad with you getting pregnant when my brother and his wife have been struggling so desperately for a baby all this time.
I mean, it's not like we meant for this to happen, but on the other hand, I can't deny it might be a little awkward when they find out.
What do we do? I have no idea what to say to them.
What do you mean what to say? Surely we just tell them the truth. I can hardly stop our little boy growing, can I?
Right.
I'm glad I'm pregnant.
I'm glad too, I swear I am.
It's awful that Jenna's struggling. I feel genuinely sorry for her, and I hope they're able to conceive in the end. I really do. But if we were to wait for them to get pregnant before we thought about having kids of our own, we could run out of time. The clock's always ticking, Eric. I'm not getting any younger, you know? If you think your mom and dad are sad about your brother, can you imagine how broken up they'd be if you didn't give them any grandchildren either?
Okay, you make a strong case. Right. We can't wait around forever. Who knows if the day would even come if we did?
Exactly. So let's be happy for ourselves. Don't you deserve to be happy too? I'm over the moon about this. I honestly could not be happier.
Me too, babe. Leave it with me. I'm gonna deliver the news to my family. I'm sure they'll be pleased for us.
Okay, honey, I'm counting on you.
Hello, Jasmine. Sorry I'm late, but congratulations on the pregnancy.
Hey, Jenna, thank you so much.
I heard you didn't even notice you were pregnant. How's the baby? Is he growing healthily?
That's right, we didn't have the faintest idea. I was so shocked, I think my jaw hit the floor. But thankfully, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong. We got the all clear on the health checks.
I see. I'm very pleased to hear that.
Me too, I was worried when I found out, so it was a huge weight off my shoulders when they told me he was doing well.
Inconspicuous or not, being heavily pregnant can never be easy. Good luck.
Thanks, Jenna. I'm gonna give it my best for me and my little one.
Jasmine, is Eric with you right now?
My husband? He has work today, so he's not here right now. Why? Did you want me to pass a message on?
Ah, he's not with you? That's good. When you say he has work today, you mean he still hasn't come home, right?
Yes. He said he should be back just after 7 p.m. Why do you ask? Did something happen?
Well, in a sense. Look, there's something I have to tell you. This might not be very pleasant for you to hear, but I have a duty. You might want to sit down.
Jenna, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if by any chance... Are you mad with us? If it's about the baby... Look, I felt guilty when I found out too.
Huh? You felt guilty? Why?
Well, because I know how hard you and your husband have been trying for a baby. Then there's the IVF treatment, then there's his parents and all the pressure they put on you. I felt guilty when I found out I'd gotten pregnant by accident while you guys were struggling so much.
You were worried about that? Don't be silly. I'm not angry at all. You're free agents. There's no reason you and your husband should have to wait for me to get pregnant to have kids of your own.
Huh? But I was certain. Eric told me all sorts of the... Wait. What the hell is going on? None of this makes sense.
What kind of domineering witch queen do you take me for? I'd never condemn anyone for wanting children. Anyway, back to what I was saying. When's the baby due? You need to divorce your husband as soon as possible. If you can, I suggest you get your things together and go and live with your parents. Or stay with a friend. Anywhere that's not with him. Now, if you can.
Excuse me? Divorce? What? Where did that come from all of a sudden?
Your husband and your family are all your enemies. That includes my husband, too.
My enemies? Jenna, please, what are you talking about? None of this makes sense at all.
This isn't going to be nice for you to hear, but they've all been plotting a horrible, malicious plan together behind your back.
A plan? I seriously don't have a clue what you're talking about. Why would any of them be my enemies?
Your husband, his parents, and his brother are planning on stealing your baby and giving it to me for adoption as soon as it's born.
What? You can't be serious. I don't know anything about that.
And that's by design, because you're not supposed to have a say. They don't care about what you want. The plan is to take the baby against your will. They've been plotting in the shadows to make sure you have as little ability to resist them as possible when they make their move.
Why would they do such a thing?
Because I can't have children of my own.
Even so, that doesn't necessarily mean they'd steal my baby.
It's a baby boy, isn't it? Do you know how worried his parents have been about not having a successor to inherit Eric's dad's company? They're so old-fashioned. They're dead set on it being the eldest son's boy. I'm telling you, they seem serious about this. I'm so sorry that this is happening on my behalf.
No, this can't be. My husband would never ever go along with something like this. Handing over his newborn son to his big brother? He wouldn't.
I think you'd be surprised. He agreed pretty much straight away. To quote him, "She's still young and healthy. She has years of good childbearing years in her life. If she wants more kids, she can have them or whatever she wants." On my life, he said that.
No.
Every single member of the family you married into sees women as nothing more than childbearing factories. You have no idea how much they berate and demean me. "You're useless. Do your damn job. Why did we let you marry him?" Every single day, it never ends.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Are they really like that? Women are people, we're not tools.
Preach it, sister. But these aren't the kind of people who you can appeal to with reason or common sense. Believe me, I've tried and tried and tried. I think you should have a birth as far away from them as possible, surrounded by your own family. People you can trust. You can't trust his family. And to tell you the truth, you can't trust Eric either. I know this is hard to accept, but please, don't let them fool you with their kind words.
I can't believe he agreed to all that so easily. Did he really not even question it?
I'm sorry, Jasmine, but he didn't. I've always thought he's the kind of person to be easily swayed by those around him. And it seems doubly true with his family. He always seems disturbingly willing to do whatever his parents or brother tell him. I hate to insult your husband, but I wonder if he's ever had an independent thought in his life. I've been there the whole time they've been planning this. And I can tell you he isn't thinking about how you might feel about this. Not even one bit.
I never knew he could be so heartless. Don't get me wrong, I thought he could be a bit insensitive sometimes. But I always just put it down to him being thick-headed and stubborn. To think he'd give away his own son?
Apparently, they offered him some money in return. As soon as he heard about that, it was a full steam ahead. You could practically see the dollar signs in his eyes. Just what does he think human beings are?
You're not on board with this, are you, Jenna?
Obviously not. I was blown away when I found out. I asked myself, could my family really be this evil? The thought of them stealing your baby, I felt like I'd be living a lie this whole time. No matter which way you spin it, what they're doing is despicable, and I won't let them get away with it. That's why I had to tell you no matter what.
Thank you so much. They won't get my boy. I won't let them. I won't. I have to do something. Right, it's time for action. For the time being, I'm gonna take refuge at my parents' place. Then when I'm safe there, I'll try speaking to Eric.
Good idea. You need to get out of there as quickly as you can. If anything changes over here, or if anything seems off, I'll let you know straight away.
Jasmine! Where did you go? Are you out? You didn't go out, surely. Since when did you go out at this time? You went out, didn't you? Answer me! What's going on?
I won't be coming home again.
Huh? What? Why not? What's going on? Where did you go?
I'm just about to get on the plane.
The plane? What plane? Huh? Where the heck are you going on a plane? Huh? I don't even...
I'm going back to my parents' house. We're getting a divorce.
Why? Where did this come from? What did I do?
I know everything. I know all about your plan. You were going to steal my son and hand him over to your brother for adoption, weren't you?
Oh man. How did you...
Jenna told me.
Jenna?
Yes. Thankfully, there is at least one person in your family thinking about my feelings. She warned me and told me I needed to escape.
Hey! Let's just slow down here. This isn't any reason for divorce, is it? Don't be so drastic. Divorce is going too far.
Too far? You were about to sell our baby and I'm going too far? You're unbelievable.
If it's kids you want, you can have more whenever you want. You're young, fit, and most importantly, not infertile. You said it yourself. You felt bad for Jenna and my brother. What's the problem with giving them one baby?
Are you serious? You're insane. Admittedly, there's probably something wrong with me too for even marrying you in the first place. But good God, have you heard yourself? You're a failure of a husband. You should have been there to protect your wife when she needed you.
It wasn't like that. Wait, what? She? Who's this?
Whoops, looks like I gave myself away. It's me, Jenna. You, your brother, your parents, your entire family are total scumbags, and I'm done with you all. You know what? I actually think you're the worst of the lot. Jasmine is your wife. You saw her as nothing but a baby-making factory, as an object. How could you?
No, it wasn't like that. You're making a huge misunderstanding. Jasmine's not a baby-making factory. She's my wife.
Are you just a moron then? If it's kids you want, you could have more whenever you want? Who says that? I initially thought it was malice, but maybe you are just a complete idiot? I've been a gynecology nurse for over a decade. And let me tell you, childbirth is one of the most stressful things a woman can go through. Do you have any idea how many complications, how much trauma, how much death I've seen?
Surely those are rare exceptions. Stuff like that doesn't happen anymore due to advances in medical technology. What is this, the Stone Age?
Technology may have progressed, but the human body hasn't changed. Whether it's today or 50,000 years ago, the toll pregnancy takes on a woman's body is the same. You have the nerve to tell a woman who'd just been through all that to bring a child into this world that she can just have more whenever she wants. Ugh, you're sick. Your wife and son are not toys for you to do as you please with.
I never said they were. I never meant for this to.
Just because a woman's able to have one child doesn't necessarily mean she'll be able to have a second. Do you have any idea how ignorant you've been? The human body is complicated, and there are 1,000,001 different things that can go wrong. What was your plan if it turned out she couldn't have a second? Could you have lived with yourself? Children are not possessions to be swapped and traded. They're precious miracles of nature. A child is more important to its mother than her life itself. Her packing up her things and leaving you was obviously the only way this was ever going to end. Don't you see that?
I just wanted to help my brother. All that stuff you just said. I didn't think about any of that.
You fool. You have no right to be a father. You don't even have the right to be a husband.
Divorce is too far! No! Please, talk her around! Make her see sense! Which airport is she at?
Make her see sense? She has! That's why she left you. I'm not telling you anything. Even if I did, you wouldn't make it now, even if you broke the speed limit. If you're stupid enough to contest the divorce in court, I'll be there to back her up every single step of the way. I have enough evidence to keep you and your despicable family's mouth shut for as long as you all live.
Evidence?
I'm sure you remember all of those meetings you and your lovely family held to discuss the baby's theft in secret. Well, I recorded every single one of them. Do you really think you'll have a leg to stand on when I have recordings of comments like, "I'll just make her have another one. We'll eliminate every last one of her avenues of resistance." I have all of it, and I'll use all of it if I have to.
What the hell? When did you do that? I thought you were with us!
Then, you're an even bigger idiot than I thought possible. This won't just be proof enough to see the divorce through. I could put you in jail. But if you are stupid enough to try and fight for custody of your son, Jasmine wins every time. This is a violation of human rights.
No, I can't lose her! She means the world to me! Anything but that! She can't divorce me!
Do you really think that much of me?
Jasmine?
Why would you have any part in such an evil, malicious plan if I really meant the world to you? I'll never be able to trust you again after this. I don't even think I'd feel comfortable in the same room as you anymore. Divorce is the only option.
Jasmine, wait! Don't do it! Please, anything but divorce! I'm so sorry. I've been a fool! I rushed headfirst into a stupid, dangerous plan without so much as a thought for your feelings! I deserve everything you say to me! It was wrong of me to suggest you could just have more kids as if it was no big deal. I didn't know having kids could be dangerous in this day and age.
Any feelings I had for you disappeared the moment I found out you were plotting to sell my son. I'm raising him on my own.
Fine, where are you? I'll come to you. Let me apologize in person.
If you dare come anywhere near me, I can't be held responsible for anything my family do to you. I'm serious. My dad and grandpa want to beat the crap out of you. They're furious and they're out for blood. My grandpa's calling in favors for some of his old connections, and he already found a top-class lawyer. My entire family are joining forces to bring you down.
I don't want to fight you!
Then give in and accept the divorce. Give up on custody of our son too.
Can't we just get everyone together and talk this through? Please, come back. We can discuss this like peaceful, reasonable adults.
You think I'm just gonna waltz right into the enemy camp like some unsuspecting deer into the lion's den? I'm not just getting as far away from you as possible for my sake. I have my son to think about now.
We're not the enemy camp. We're your family. It's not just me who wants you to come back, but my parents and brother too. We all miss you.
It's not safe for me there and I'm not coming back. Unlike you, our son's safety is my #1 priority. As far as I'm concerned, you, your parents, your brother, all of you are my enemies. I'm not some tool to be used and manipulated for you and your crazy family's twisted schemes. After that, I had the divorce papers sent to my husband and officially announced that I'd be fighting for custody of my soon-to-be-born son. Predictably, the in-laws weren't willing to give up custody without a fight, and they made it clear they'd be contesting it in court. However, everything went as expected, between the top-class lawyer my grandpa found and Jenna submitting the mountain of evidence she'd been gathering behind the scenes as the plot progressed. The legitimacy of my case, that my in-laws had plotted to take illegal possession of my newborn baby, with total disregard of my own will, was immediately acknowledged, and I won custody of my son in what must have been one of the quickest victories in legal history. Apparently, Eric was so distraught from the shock of losing me that he became completely withdrawn and turned into a disheveled recluse and shadow of his former self. Not only that, but he also blamed his parents for everything that happened. He developed a burning hatred for them, and arguments so explosive they bordered on physical confrontations became a daily occurrence. Not only after our own divorce proceedings were finalized, Jenna divorced his brother. As fellow sufferers, me and her became close friends. She found a kind, loving man who accepts her for who she is and understands her condition, who she's now living together happily with. As for me, I'm living happily with my grandpa, parents, and newborn son.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Peep texts!
Mom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll work harder on my exams and do better. I promise. Please, let me out of here. What? Why do you have your cell phone anyway? You said you forgot it at Grandma's house, didn't you? Because you were trying to break my phone. Ah, I see. You were lying. You don't get 100s on your test. You lied to your parents. You're seriously the worst child. I never should have bought a phone to a stupid, rotten, brain-dead child like you. I don't care what you say about your friends. I'm never going to buy you anything. Oh, wait. You haven't talked to Dad, have you? No, I haven't. Why are we not allowed to talk to Dad? Do you remember why? Because you said that I'm not allowed to? Exactly. You remember that perfectly well every time. So I don't know why you aren't able to study at all. I'm sorry. Oh, it's so cold here. Please, let me out. Please. Sorry, but Mom is out drinking tonight. I left the house, so I can't help you even if I wanted to. If you become a better kid, I'll let you out. You better study there until you're able to get 100 in school. Oh, by the way, I'm going to stop your phone data too. Your brain is rotten because you keep playing with that stupid thing. Oh, please don't. Please don't do that. You won't be able to use that thing in a second. I just called the phone company. You just wait there patiently until Mom gets home. You understand? Excuse me? Are you Mr. Benjamin?
Huh? Yeah, this is him. Who is this?
Nice to meet you. I'm Regina. I'm sorry to be texting you out of the blue.
How exactly do you pronounce that? Is it like Igna or
It's just Regina.
Regina, huh? I'm sorry, I don't remember any Reginas. Wait, are you that girl from that one bar? If you're trying to get me to go back to that bar, sorry. I have a girlfriend now, so I can't go there now.
Huh? Oh, wait, hang on. Are you my mom's boyfriend?
What? Hold up. Who are you? I have no recollection of ever making someone's mom my girlfriend. Is this some kind of prank? Who is this?
I'm sorry. I'm Jennifer Weber's daughter. You haven't heard about me from my mom?
What? Wait, hang on. You're joking, right? You're Jennifer's daughter?
Yes. Please. I'm begging you. Please save me.
Huh?
I'm locked in the shed right now. My mom locked me in here and I can't get out. It's cold. Can you please save me? I'm so sorry.
Wait. You're seriously Jennifer's daughter? This is really not a prank?
This is not a prank. I called my dad, but I can't get a good signal on my Wi-Fi and he's on night shift anyway. My mom won't come home.
Wait, you're serious? You're seriously in a shed right now?
Yes.
In the dead middle of winter?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go right now. Can you tell me your address? Of your home?
I do know the address. Can you not say anything to my mom before you make it here? Please?
Hello? Is this the correct phone number for a Mr. Steven Weber? I'm sorry for calling you out of the blue. My name is Benjamin. I received a message from your daughter, and she told me your contact information. Yes, this is Weber. To whom am I speaking? What do you mean you got my contact information from my daughter? What's going on? Before I start explaining the situation to you, please let me apologize. I've been in a relationship with your wife for about 2 months now. I'm so terribly sorry about that. What? I didn't know that she had a husband and a kid. Also, I broke the shed in your yard. I'm sorry. I promise I'll pay for it. I'm so sorry. Wait. I don't really understand what's going on right now. You were having an affair with my wife. Is that what you're telling me? My wife is Jennifer Weber. Are you sure you have the right person? Yes, I'm positive. And to be honest, it's not really an affair to me. I thought it was just a regular relationship from my view. I just found out today that she had a kid and a husband. Today? Wait, so my wife made you meet my daughter today? No, I actually got a text message from your daughter asking me to save her. Save her? What happened to Regina? Well, apparently a drunk Jennifer made Regina add my contact information to her phone. She suddenly messaged me saying that she was locked in her shed and she wanted to be helped. Hang on just a second. Apparently her smartphone data was stopped too, and she messaged me using what little Wi-Fi signal she had. The shed? Oh, she's literally just sitting outside in the yard with no climate control. She's trapped in there? Yes, she was trapped in there. However, I came by and took her out, so I'm going to take her to my place for the time being. However, the shed was blocked off pretty well. There was some kind of super glue in the keyhole. I just had to force the door open. I'm sorry for destroying your shed door. Sorry. I'm really struggling to keep up here. Regina is safe, right? Yes, she's sitting next to the heater right now. She seemed hungry as well, so I fed her a little. She seems to have calmed down quite a bit. She doesn't look as terrified as when she was locked in the shed. I'll pick her up right away. Please tell me your address. Let me know the details in person once I'm there.
Hey, Benji. Sorry I'm late. Can you come pick me up? Hello? Answer the phone.
Oh, hey. Where are you right now?
I'm at the bar we always go to.
Oh, okay. I got you.
The bar closed, and it's super cold outside, so hurry up! It's seriously freezing outside. I'm going to freeze to death. Ugh.
Yeah, it is pretty damn cold, huh? But I won't be able to pick you up. Sorry.
What? I don't get it. What the hell? Hurry up and come pick me up.
I'm busy right now. Can you just take a taxi home?
Busy? Is it another girl?
No, of course not.
The only thing that could be more important than me is another woman. I'm going to stay at your place tonight. I'm not going home, so make sure you get here quickly.
No, it's not a girl. Just go home with a taxi for tonight.
There are no taxis, so I'm asking you. Everywhere I call, they're all full. There are no taxis driving around either. Hey, answer me! I've been waiting this whole time! It's seriously cold. This is way too much for me. I'm begging you, please!
How long have you been outside for?
What? I've been outside for 30 long minutes.
That's practically nothing. Regina was outside for hours, so I don't know why her mother is bitching and moaning over 30 minutes.
What? Regina?
Yeah, Regina Weber. You know of a Regina Weber?
Nope. No idea. Who is that?
Wow, you really don't know who that is? She says that she's your daughter, though.
I don't have a daughter, silly. Who told you about that kind of thing? Wait, you didn't come pick me up because you thought I had a daughter? You're the worst. I can't believe you'd do such a thing because of some terrible rumor.
Rumor? You're saying that my information is wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Hurry up and come get me!
That's so weird. I'm actually out right now, like I said. I'm eating with a guy called Steven. He also says that his daughter is Regina and that you are her mother. You know, the girl you don't know. To be honest with you, I'm staring at Regina right now!
Huh? You're with Steven? And Regina?
Yeah, we're all at your house. Why don't you come too? Then we can all have dinner.
Wait, hang on. What is going on here? Why are you at my house?
Wait. You don't have something to say before we get into the details? I literally just found out that you have a husband and a kid. Remember the first time we met at the bar? You said you were single.
I'm sorry. I was lying.
Yeah. Who exactly is that directed towards?
Of course it's directed towards you, Benjamin. Please forgive me. I'm totally serious about you. We were completely distant and I was planning on getting a divorce anyway.
Dude, you have this adorable little child and you were just going to throw it all away? You're seriously messed up in the head. Putting her in the shed in this cold-ass weather, it's beyond being grossed out or running in the other direction.
It's her fault for being so stupid. She lies to her parents and... she's just the worst. My husband won't help me raise the kid either. I was just so sad. Then I met you and I thought, I have to be with this person for the rest of my life. I just knew that you were the one for me.
I see. I think I get it. Regina told me that her dad spent more time with her than you did, but... Okay, sure. Let me ask you this. Can you swear on one thing?
What is it? I'll swear anything. Just tell me.
Do you swear to love me for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I can. I love you for the rest of my life. I swear, I promise.
I see. Well, I can't love you. There's no way.
What?
That was a question from your husband, by the way.
Huh?
He wanted to make things crystal clear. He saw your reply, and he's sure about his decision now. He says he's going to go to a divorce lawyer first thing tomorrow. He says you better be ready because he's going to take as much money from you as he can.
What? Hold on! You tricked me? Are you serious right now? You really think that after all of this, I'm still going to like you? What are you talking about money anyway? I'm not going to pay any money to anyone. You're the one who had an affair with me. You pay.
Wow, you're scary, aren't you? Of course I'm going to pay. I told him I would pay for whatever price he felt that was enough for him to clear his conscience. I'm not going to pay for a single cent of your end, though. You can work for your own money.
Hang on. Benjamin, please. At least come pick me up from the bar. I'm going to die from the cold.
What? But didn't you say you weren't going to go home today? Besides, I'm pretty sure if someone was going to die from the cold, it was going to be Regina, right? How could you do that to your own daughter, then expect yourself to be saved instead of her? I'm seriously disgusted by you as a human being.
Benjamin, you're so kind.
What?
I think I might have fallen for you even more. Let's talk about this one more time. And maybe we can fix everything and start over.
Yeah, you're not listening to me. Don't ever contact me again. I told Mr. Weber to not interact with you anymore either.
Huh? Hang on, damn it! Benjamin! Steven? I want to talk to you real quick. Can I call you?
Yeah, no. I'm never going to talk to you. Ever. Mr. Steven went straight to the divorce lawyers the next day and finished up the paperwork. He left no room for her to retaliate at all. It was merciless. Jennifer apparently tried to get Regina to take her side, but she said that she was going to live with Dad and wouldn't budge. And then Jennifer finally exploded from frustration. She said something along the lines of, "How could you abandon your own mother?" To which Regina replied, "You almost killed me, so I never want to see you again." She really nailed that home perfectly. For the money, I paid him $1,000 and called it a day. Pretty dang cheap for taking part in ruining someone's life. I'm not sure how that repays any damage I might have caused him, but Steven said that he was just doing it for the paperwork, and that since I had saved his daughter, he didn't really need any money at all. And he just wouldn't accept more money from me. That's why I started sending him really expensive meat or doing what I can for him. That was all I could do to help him out. By the way, Jennifer was sued for almost $30K. She was crying about how it was unfair, but I would say it's perfectly fine. It's been a few years since then, but Mr. Steven asks me out to go grab some food frequently. I figured that it would be best for me to stay out of their lives, but he just kept asking me to go out, so sometimes we all go out together. Then one day, he suddenly told me, "Regina seems to have really taken a liking to you." I laughed about it, but then realized that Regina is about to graduate middle school soon. She's so young. But then I looked back and noticed that I'm now in my 30s. I've been pretty picky and selective when it comes to finding a new girlfriend after that. But that's totally fine. I don't ever want to date a woman like that in my life again.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Vincent, do you have overtime today too? Your supper's waiting for you. Should I start eating without you?
If you want, you must be a real moron if you've been sitting there waiting for me all this time.
Why do you have to speak to me like that? There's just no need. Did you forget already how mad at me you were last time when I ate supper without you?
That's because it was still too early then. It's 10 p.m. now. This time's different. You don't have to wait around for me forever like some lapdog. Start using your own brain and eat without my permission from now on.
Fine, I will. What time do you think you're gonna get off tonight? Is this the same project you've been working on all month?
What difference would it make if you knew?
I was just wondering roughly what time I should expect you back. If I'm still awake, I don't mind making you something light. You're probably gonna be pretty tired.
You needn't bother. If you're cooking, I'll just eat out instead.
What? Why?
I'm getting kind of bored of your cooking lately, Helen. It's, how to put this, dry, bland, flavorless, and uninspiring. I put up with it all this time hoping you'd learn and improve, but it's just as hopeless as ever. You're getting worse, if anything. I'd rather eat out than force myself to eat your prison mush again.
But I get new recipes off the internet and try making things all the time. Prison mush? How could you say that?
The recipes might change, but the person doing the cooking is just as much of a flop as she always was. Your cooking just doesn't taste good, Helen. I kept it quiet this whole time because I'm a nice guy, but everyone has their limits. To put it bluntly, you have no sense.
Is it really that bad? You always used to seem like you were enjoying it.
What, back when we just got married? Give me a break! Which freshly married guy wouldn't tell his wife her food was delicious, even if it wasn't? That's just how it works. Things have changed. I'm not obligated to lie to protect your feelings, or not have you sulk on me anymore.
I see. I'm sorry. I can do better. I'll study the cookbooks and improve my game. I can do it!
Cookbook study isn't gonna help you. We're way past that. How long have you been doing this now? You've been a stay-at-home housewife for what, 5 years? It's pretty obvious you already hit your peak if you didn't improve at all in that time. There's no harm in just accepting it, you know? It's okay to admit you suck at something.
Vincent, I can't help but feel you've been a little cold towards me lately. The things you say, you've become so abusive. I do my best with the cooking, you know. I really do. I know you work hard, and I always try to make sure you have something you enjoy waiting for you on the table when you get home. You don't have to speak to me like that. It's like I'm not even human.
And it's not just the cooking. You're getting old, too.
Well, I guess I'm 30 now.
I thought you were a real cutie back when you had your youthful good looks. But now, you're just a worn-out hag in her 30s. It's actually kind of sad to see how much your looks have deteriorated. That said, that's no excuse for rudeness. Mom and Dad always taught me to respect the elderly, so of course I'm gonna be super nice to you as always.
Wow, Vincent, you're a real charmer. A worn-out old hag. You're hardly one to talk, are you? If you're gonna say that about me, I could just easily call you an old man, you know.
You idiot! A man is like a fine wine. He grows in value as he ages. I'm only gonna keep getting more attractive from here on out. Women, on the other hand, and I'm really sorry to have to tell you this, sweet cheeks, lose value with every day that passes by. Without your looks to rely on, you're nothing. You really should understand this by now.
I had no idea you felt that way about women.
This ain't just how I feel, babe. This is how all men feel deep down. Wanna know why? 'Cause it's the truth! Not only that, but you're a stay-at-home housewife, which makes your value to society lower than a piece of garbage.
Garbage? Don't you think that's going a little too far? My God, you're horrible! Besides, you're the one who wanted me to become a stay-at-home housewife in the first place! You practically begged me! It's not like I wanted to stop working and dedicate my entire life to being your live-in slave.
Slave? Don't make me laugh! If you wanted to keep your job so damn bad, why did you resign as soon as I asked you to? Your life has been a breeze ever since. Seriously, you never had it so good, and you have the nerve to complain? Get out of here.
I resigned because you said you wanted me to focus on the housework, and I wanted to make you happy. Plus, your mom and dad were always opposed to us both working, and I didn't want to rock the boat. It wasn't an easy decision, I could assure you. You have no idea how many sleepless nights I had in the run-up to actually handing in my resignation.
You still did it though, and it was ultimately your decision. Stop trying to blame everything on me. You act like you have no free will of your own. If my parents told you to jump off a cliff, would you do that? Yeah, you know what? If we're gonna have this goddamn waste of energy discussion, I may as well make it known what a complete waste of space loser you are. How do you like them apples, huh? You're nothing without me. You hear me? I've met slugs more productive than you.
There goes that famous charm of yours again. If I'm so useless, why were you so desperate for me to become a housewife? If you're gonna treat me like dirt, then I'll just go back to work.
Oh, no you don't. The housework ain't gonna do itself, woman.
Do it yourself.
You really think I've got enough free time to be doing your job as well as my own? I'm a busy guy, Helen.
Then, what is it gonna take to make you happy? What happened to you, Vincent? What happened to the Vincent I fell in love with? You never used to be this cold, heartless brute.
You've changed too, Helen.
Huh?
Your face is all saggy now. You have wrinkles around your mouth, too. What happened to my submissive, obedient Helen? And what the hell did I do to deserve this sassy bitch queen who thinks she has to talk back to me every time I speak? You don't have to answer. I know it's because you turned into a jaded old hag.
Oh my God. Are you saying the only value I ever had to you was my youth?
I mean, I never put it as bluntly as that. But if that's what you think, then I'm not gonna argue over it.
I can't believe you're being like this.
It's about time you knew your place, woman. You better make sure you work extra hard from now on to make sure I don't get completely bored of you.
Vincent, it's about the divorce papers you slammed on the table while I was eating my sugar loops in the morning.
Did you sign them?
Not yet.
Why not? Be a darling and hurry up and get it done. Don't tell me you plan on clinging to me. We're finished. Accept it.
I can't believe you do this on my birthday of all days. How could you be so heartless?
I want a divorce. Whether it's your birthday or not doesn't change that. I'm not gonna play games with you. You'll get no fake kindness or insincerity from me. It might not feel great, but at least you know where you stand. Look on the bright side. Me being a heartless douchebag should make this a whole lot easier to go through with it.
On the part where it says reason for divorce, you wrote because I'm 30? That's why you're divorcing me?
Well, it's not exactly like that. But look, I can't deny it. Attraction is important in a relationship, babe. And to tell you the truth, old ladies just don't do it for me.
So a 30-year-old is just an old hag to you?
Face it, we're just not gonna see eye to eye on this. This is a fundamental difference in the way we view the world. Sign the damn papers already and stop giving me a hard time. Why would you ever want to stay with me? You'll only carry on getting hurt.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about you lately, and I realized you've been being more and more horrible to me with every year I get older. I didn't want to accept it at first, but when I thought about it, the pattern was too obvious to ignore.
Oh no, did I get found out? You gotta admit though, I was pretty nice to you until you were 28, right? Say what you want about me, but a girl will get my respect and affection while she still brings something to the table.
I see. I have absolutely no objection to divorcing you.
Thank God for that. That's settled then. Make sure the divorce papers are signed and on the table by the time I get home. And once you've done that, make the necessary preparations for getting the heck out of my life!
I'll sign the papers on one condition.
Huh? One condition? What are you talking about?
Admit to the affair and pay me compensation.
What the hell?
Did you just think I'd sat around doing nothing these last few months? You always said you were doing overtime, and yet not a single cent ever appeared in your wages. Even if it was unpaid overtime, you were still coming home way later than your boss would ever expect you to stay behind at the office, even on his worst days. I've had my doubts for a while now.
You got any proof? This is a pretty wild accusation you're making. I suggest you choose what you say next very carefully.
Is that a threat? I'm saying it precisely because I have proof. You've been meeting some young floozy behind my back, haven't you? You've been cheating on me. So, what's it gonna be? I'm happy to take this through the courts, if that's what it takes. And don't think I'm backing down. So, make up your mind. You gotta own up to what you've done. Or shall we leave it to the judge instead?
This is why old hags like you grind my gears. You go learning about things you have no business knowing, then you go making threats you have no right to make? Compensation? You've got some nerve.
Me? All I'm doing is defending myself. You're the one who's cheated on me in the first place.
Yep, whatever. I'm the bad guy. I'll pay the compensation, no biggie. You goddamn worn-out old hag. You're way past your sell-by date. Turns out your personality is just as rotten as your face. It's because you're twisted enough to try to pull masculine crap like this to salvage your dignity that I'm tossing you aside.
Nothing you say could possibly hurt me anymore. I've heard it all before.
So this new chick I'm dating, she's got a cute face and a banging body. The most delicious pair of melons on her chest and the juiciest peach a man ever did see. Her personality's not bad either. Plus, she can cook. She's the whole package. She blows you out of the water. You probably just burst into tears from the crushing feeling of inferiority just from standing next to her. You really think a used up, worn out, bitter old has-been like you has any hope at finding love again? Maybe if you settle for some 40-year-old fat dude who lives in his mom's basement. Good luck with loser life. Lord knows you're gonna need it. Think of the compensation you get from me as a cheer of encouragement to get you started.
No matter what happens, I'll be a million times happier than you make me.
Impossible! All the high-value guys are going to be taken by young, quality women. In a sense, it must be liberating. You're so withered and past it, there's no point in trying. After all, how can things get any worse when you're already at rock bottom? That has to be a positive.
Marriage isn't the only form of happiness in life.
Spoken like a true loser. You don't have to try putting on a bold front with me, sweet cheeks. I know how destroyed and broken you are inside. The only life that awaits you now is one filled with the regret of getting dumped by a high-earning stud from a major company.
You really are the lowest of lows. Marrying you was the biggest mistake of my life.
Really? It wasn't all bad for me, you know. I was happy at the start. I got the privilege of enjoying you during the peak of youth, you know, before everything started sagging. You might be a bitter, greedy ball of worn-out flab now, but things weren't always this bad. And I'm pleased to say I got the privilege of harvesting your fruits before the drought set in.
You'll regret saying all those hurtful things one day. And you know what? It's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, babe, but I have a banging hot young girlfriend, and things in my life could not be going better. Sucks to be you, huh? You, on the other hand, you better start job hunting. But wait! Oh no! How are you gonna explain that huge stay-at-home housewife gap on your resume? Face it, you're useless to society now. Hopefully you can at least leverage that supreme arrogance of yours to your advantage. Good luck! I'll be rooting for you from a tiny corner in the back of my mind as your ex-husband. Long time no see.
Who's this?
It's me, you doofus. Vincent.
What do you want?
No need to be so cold. Did your personality get even worse the more you aged?
If you didn't message me for a reason, I'm just gonna block you.
No, wait a sec. There's a reason I messaged you, actually.
What?
It just so happens that I saw you by chance last week. Obviously, you got even wrinklier because it's been a whole 10 years, but you actually didn't look that bad for an old hag. I gotta give you some credit.
I see.
Then when I brought you up with a shared acquaintance of ours, she told me you were the CEO of a company now. My jaw nearly hit the floor. You sure came a long way since your days of being a piece of garbage.
By being a piece of garbage, I take it you mean stay-at-home housewife?
You're working now, so surely you understand how useless and unproductive someone who's only capable of doing housework is, I mean. What a drain on society. Doesn't it just make you sick? You were young back then, so I guess I can forgive you.
I think a housewife's job is just as worthy of respect and admiration as any others.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I heard you made a company that employs housewives. What was it again? Housekeeping services? I knew it as soon as I heard. You only did it to spite me. It's obvious.
Sorry, Vincent, but this conversation isn't productive enough for me to continue engaging with. So rather than entertaining your fatuous nonsense for a second longer, how about you tell me who it was that you gave my contact information?
Elena. You know, the one who managed that corporate event you and I met at all those years back?
Why would Elena do that? She's the last person in the world I'd expect to leak my details to you.
Me and some of the guys at work, we threw a big drinking party with one of our major clients the other day, and Elena tagged along. I may have borrowed her phone while she went to the toilet and had a little peek.
Well, I see you're just as much of a scumbag as you always were.
What was I supposed to do? You didn't tell me anything about you being a CEO now. So I had a little peek, that's all. What's the harm? She didn't even know. I really wanted to talk to you, so I had no choice.
You're a complete stranger to me now.
Damn, I might be too late. Seems like your personality's so warped, you can't even converse on a basic level now. Getting dumped all those years back must have really taken its toll on you.
You still haven't mentioned anything that qualifies as a legitimate reason for contacting me out of the blue after 10 years. Admit it, you didn't need to talk to me about anything at all, did you? I don't have time to waste on childish conversations with you. I'm blocking you. I'll also be telling Elena that you looked at her phone while she wasn't looking.
Wait, I'm about to make you an offer you can't refuse.
An offer I can't refuse?
You're 40 now, right? You did pretty well to become a CEO, I'll give you that. But no matter how well your work life is going, your private life must be pretty lonely, right?
Excuse me?
You looked somehow tired of everything when I saw you. I thought you might be in need of a little action, if you catch my drift. Well, I just want you to know that I'm willing to step up to the task. I can be your guy.
What are you talking about?
Let's face it, you're old, you're dried up, and you probably get less action than a comic book enthusiast. How long has it been? Years? A decade? Well, in my infinite kindness and benevolence, I'm willing to satisfy your needs for the low price of $750 a time. How does that sound? You know it's the best you're gonna get, so don't even bother pretending to be shocked. I know you like the back of my hand, inside and out, every solitary crevice, every hidden nook and cranny. So leave everything to me, sweet cheeks. Your mind, your body, your soul, I've got you covered.
Gross. It's actually impressive how shamelessly you're able to say such disgusting things. Oh. My husband says you're to go to the CEO's office first thing tomorrow morning. Go up to the reading room as soon as you get to the office.
Huh? The CEO's office? Wait, what? Your husband?
Yes, my husband. That means the guy I'm married to.
You got married again?
That's right.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? I only volunteered because I felt bad thinking you were a lonely spinster. I'm not interested in some old hag's wife.
You're the one who assumed I was single despite knowing nothing about me anymore.
Well, anyone who'd marry you can't be all that much. Who is he? Some basement-dwelling nerd? A homeless guy? A drug addict? No self-respecting man would marry a worn-out 40-year-old divorcee. He's probably fat and bald, or old, or all of the above. I know it!
Did you forget what I just told you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I said you're to go to the CEO's office as soon as you get to work in the morning.
Why would I have to go to the CEO's office? Stop talking crap! Oh no, you're not getting Alzheimer's too, are you? The last thing you need is your wits going the same way as your looks, but I guess it was inevitable. Stop talking crap, you pathetic old bat.
My husband is the CEO of your company.
Huh?
Does the name Elvin Musk ring a bell? Well, he's my husband now. He's also watching this entire conversation.
Gah! You're joking, aren't you? Yes, you have to be. This is all just one big, silly joke, isn't it? Tell me it is.
It isn't. That's why Elvin wants to see you in his office first thing tomorrow morning. You've hurled your fair share of malicious abuse at me, and you will be punished accordingly.
Helen, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. You see, I've had a fever these last few days, and I haven't been feeling myself. I think I need a warm drink and some rest. I really am sorry, and by that I mean super sorry. Did I mention how sorry I am? And Mr. Musk, sir, please forgive me for my disgraceful behavior. The things I said about your beautiful, kind, intelligent wife, there's just no forgiving them. I don't know what came over me.
It's too late.
No, please! There was no ill will behind any of it!
Are you really claiming you said everything you did with no ill will? That's not gonna fly with me. Regardless, whether there was ill will or not, you said what you said, and the consequences will be what they will be. Nothing changes.
I'm so sorry! Look, to tell you the truth, my life hasn't been going so well lately. I've had all this pent-up frustration, and when I heard about how well you were doing, I took my anger out on you.
Do I look like your punching bag?
I'm sorry, my actions are unforgivable. I promise I'll never contact you again. I'll never say anything mean to you again.
I heard your lover pulled a vanishing act on you after divorce. Is that true? I also heard you haven't heard from her since. Oh, could it be that she was only after your money all along? And as soon as she realized you guys wouldn't be eating out as much anymore due to the compensation you owed, she lost interest?
How did you know that?
A little birdie told me. I have friends in all sorts of places, and you wouldn't believe the things I hear. Did you really think you had any allies in your crowd you constantly ranted to? About how women in their 30s are basically grandmas these days? Or how stay-at-home housewives are human garbage? You even got warned once at work about your hateful remarks.
I'm just the type of person who says what's on my mind, that's all. I never meant to upset anyone. Why do people have to read so deeply into things?
Ah, I see. So you're free to say whatever you like as you never meant to hurt anyone, is that right? In that case, let's just make something clear. You're a worthless scumbag. You're a worn-out, desperate, pathetic old man with no value to anyone who blew all his money on a gold digger. Your personality's rotten to the core, and you're beyond saving. You're not just a disgrace to humanity. That would be putting it too mildly, but to all forms of life in the universe. That's why no one wants anything to do with you. You've really gone down in the world, huh? You used to be so full of pride and bluster, and now look at you. A lonely old man reduced to begging for money from his ex-wife.
That was just uncalled for.
Oh, that's funny. I thought I could say whatever I wanted. There's no ill will, you know. I was just taking a leaf out of your book, Vincent. What's the issue?
Helen, it was wrong of me to divorce you like that.
I disagree. I think it was the best thing you ever did. I'm so much happier without you in my life.
Really? I can't say the same, babe. I'm at rock bottom here. Work is all I have left. You can't take that from me, too. Do you really want to back me into a corner like this? Without my job, I'll have nothing. Please, convince your husband, Mr. Mosk, to overlook this. Please, for old time's sake.
I'll do nothing of the sort. You're the one who messaged me today. I want you to remember that. You're the one who mocked and abused me. Would you mind explaining how you're suddenly the victim in all this?
I'm so sorry. I truly am sorry, Helen. I swear, I'll behave from now on. I'll never message you again. I'll dedicate my whole life to my work.
I'm pleased to hear you say that, but it's far too late. If only this had been your attitude from the beginning. Unfortunately for you, it's not down to me anymore. I'm leaving the rest to my husband.
Helen, please call him off! Find it in yourself to forgive me! I'll get on my knees! I'll do anything! I'll turn over a new leaf, I promise! I'm begging you! I'll clean your house! I'll get rid of the weeds in your garden! I'll wash yours and your husband's clothes! Please help me! I'll do anything! I mean it!
I don't need a slave. Besides, all that sounds very stay-at-home housewife, don't you think? Finally admitting to being a piece of human garbage, are we? You reap what you sow, but you know what? I'm happier than I've ever been right now. I have a loving husband at my side, and I'm surrounded by the most wonderful children. I have a room enough in my heart to support you.
You do? That's my girl. I knew you'd pull through. You really do have a big heart.
Huh? Oh, don't misunderstand me. I'm not going to do anything for you. I'm just encouraging you to use the supreme arrogance of yours to make your life for yourself now. When I say I support you, I just mean I'll be rooting for you from the tiny corner in the back of my mind as your ex-wife. The next morning, my ex-husband Vincent was summoned to my husband's Elvin's office, and there, the CEO's office, he was dismissed and announced, "There have been several reports of him making hateful comments about women around the office. And not only that, but apparently he'd also been harassing and bullying some of the newer members and staff." Elvin said he had no other choice but to let him go. The fact that he offered me sexual favors at $7.50 each is pretty far outside of what's considered acceptable conduct for an employee towards the CEO's wife. It can't be said to have worked in his favor. Everything that happened to Vincent was, of course, entirely his own fault. And soon it became obvious that he didn't have any allies in the company, when not a single person appeared to defend him. I have no idea how he continued to support himself after he lost his job. To be honest, I don't care. I'm just praying me and my family have nothing to do with him ever again. That said, I can't claim my feelings towards my ex-husband are entirely negative. If not for him in that dark period in my life, I wouldn't be leading the blissful, fulfilled life I am now. The company I set up is doing amazingly well, and I'm lucky enough to have a kind, loving husband and the most wonderful children a woman could ever hope for. None of that would have been possible if Vincent hadn't divorced me. It's not that I'm grateful towards him, but I'm grateful that it happened, and it played an important part in me moving on to the next stage in my life. The past is the past, and I don't intend on holding on to any of the negativity. In fact, my priority in life now is doing what makes me and my family happy. It's my mission to make sure my company is the best at what it does, and that my household is always full of love, warmth, and respect. Here's to the future.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.